They just look to be a class above what Gisborne are, and with those outs, I just don't think they've got the manpower to do it, Jock.
No, I agree with that. But they'll give it everything they can. And look, if they can get away to a good start, it's vital to me for the Borough to get away to a good start. They gave Gisborne, 5 goals in that last game they played, and had to play catch up. Came over them, but yeah.
Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community. Preliminary final, the winner will go on to meet the Storm next week. Eagle Hawk versus Gisborne at the home of country football, the QEO. Here's Jock Clark.
Cam McGlashan will start in ruck for Eagle Hawk, somewhat surprisingly to me. And Josh Grabham in there to do first ruck duties for the Gisborne Bulldogs. Game underway, preliminary final, no tomorrow for the loser. First takeout, Collins has got it. Jesse for the Hawks, inside forward 50, Tibbet on a lead, juggled it, took it, turns on 50, swings for home, big left foot, bouncing ball, got it!
Not. Sure not.
Hawks first one, you're right, big knot. Tibbet was there, gave support. And gee, that was a good effort. So
yeah.
One straight to the Hawks. Gisborne yet to score. That took 30 seconds, and that is thanks to Priority One Property.
Well, it's a really fast start for Eagle Hawk. They're out to play today. They've put last week behind them, and they're here to play. But that was a really fast start. Gisborne yet to have a touch, and Eagle Hawk have already got the first goal on the board.
Yeah, they moved it nicely. So they're switched on now. The Borough. McGlashan doing the ruck work against Grabham. Grabham jumped early and won the tap. Summerfield is in there for the Dogs. He's all tied up by Collins. Bit of willing stuff going on there in the middle in this preliminary final in the opening minute.
I think Casey Summerfield's going to have to step up and play a massive role if Gisborne are a chance today as well to recover the loss of Mins in Goodyear.
So 1 goal straight. The Borough, they're on the board. McGlashan, he wins the tap. No clean possession out of the middle. Fumbling footy. Just move forward of centre for Gisborne. The umpire will have to blow his whistle. Oh, he's pinged somebody at the bottom of the pack. I don't... No.
Last up will be Casey Summerfield.
So he's going to get the free kick, and he looks at the umpire at surprise and says, all right, I'll have it.
Hawks free kick, centre of the ground. They waste no time, long up towards half forward. Good mark, going back in defence. Chance for Baker to take it, goes wide, gives it out to a teammate there. That's Doolan. Doolan's got it on the wing, grandstand side, quickly towards half forward. Out on the lead was McKenna. And... well, he thought he was going to get a free kick, Paddy McKenna. He's not. It's simply gone over the line and out of bounds. Throw in across half forward, just outside forward 50 for the Gisborne Bulldogs.
Geez, the umpire threw that in a long way.
Didn't he?
Young swooped on it. Couldn't get out, trying to find a path, and Jack Fallon ties him up.
We know Joshua Grabham's going to do 90% of the ruck work for Gisborne. We know Eagle Hawk like to rotate their rucks a little bit, but I think Joshua Grabham is going to play a huge role in getting his hands on the footy first for Gisborne today.
Right half forward, Dogs attack City end. McGlashan wins the tap for Eagle Hawk. It's gone 30 metres, as good as a kick. Fallon dishes off a handball, finds Collins. That's Jesse Collins. Goes short, and he finds McPhee. McPhee just forward of centre for the two Blues. Switches the ball. Geez, it went about 2 centimetres off the ground. It was effective. He finds Brodie Collins. Brodie Collins now goes into the pocket, but it's intercepted. It was a poor kick by the Dogs, and Sam Graham's got the footy.
So Graham's got it in the back pocket for the Bulldogs. Gee, look at this lead from McKenna all the way to half-back. Just didn't get there in time. Hawks player in front, got there and took the grab at half forward. So it'll be the Hawks. Back inside, Philo's got it, waits, gets a lead from Tibbet. Great defence. They just got a hand in when Tibbet was about to mark it. Put it over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. So the throw-in to take place just on forward 50 for the Hawks in the old South Social Rooms pocket. They lead 1 straight goal. Gisborne Dogs yet to get on the scoreboard. Dream a bit gone. First quarter of the prelim final thanks to Aussie Disposals.
48 out from goal. The Borough are attacking. They dive in after the football. And we'll do it again. McGlashan is winning the taps at the moment.
I was just about to say the first battle of the ruck dominance has definitely gone to Cam McGlashan. He's probably had 90% of the hit-outs.
Grabham won it on that occasion.
They haven't really been to effect yet though, Johnny.
No, they haven't, but they look on their game, though, don't they, the Borough at the moment, Cam?
They do. It might take Gisborne a few minutes to settle into the contest.
Grabham grabbed it out of the air. Might have got one too high. Umpire let it go. Bottom of the plaque, a lot of players there scrambling and after it. I'm liking, in fact, it might be a free kick for it.
Yep.
They're actually paying the player that is dragging the footy in, they're paying that is holding the ball. So free kick goes to Brodie Collins.
So Collins has got it. Player on the mark is right on 50. And it's a tight angle. Collins, centering kick, gets the lead. How good was that? Mark's taken by Homoloff. 30 metres out directly in front. One of the smallest blokes on the park found some space and marked it on his chest. I'm not sure the Gisborne Brains Trust would be overly excited about that. Homoloff, we know what a terrific player he's been. He'll get the journey. Got a good leg. So when he comes, Jed Homoloff lines up from directly in front, looking for the Hawks second. It's an absolute dart off the boot, and he has it. So the Hawks go to 2 straight. Gisborne yet to score. Thanks to Priority 1 Property, we played just on 4 minutes' time, first quarter of the preliminary final.
Fresh around the grounds, MCDFNL Grand Final, Carisbrook 4-1-25, Natty Bialaba 3-5-23 at quarter time. Carisbrook did have the wind in the first quarter. And back here at the Kiwi-O, it is a real fast start for Eagle Hawk. Their ball use going inside forward 50 at the moment is looking good. They're lowering the eyes, and that both times they've gone in, they've found a mark.
Gisborne, I don't think have gone inside forward 50 as yet.
No, they haven't.
Grabham jumped it a week too early, then grabbed it out of the air and banged it on the boot and put it shallow inside forward 50. Front and centre, Bulldogs here. It was a good piece of roving. In fact, it might go out of bounds on the full. It was a poor result. It was a poor kick by the Bulldogs.
Is that Pat Trotter, the late inclusion?
Yeah, it looks like Trotter, you're right. And Sam Thompson has the free kick from deep in the back pocket.
So the kick out towards halfback for Eagle Hawk. Chance down there for the Hawks. Player to take was Collins. He was pinged. Dogs free kick. When Collins got up, he was knocked to the ground. They want to be careful. It's taken down there for the Dogs by Trotter. Goes long to the point of the goal square. No one can take the mark. Beautifully crumbed, and that might be the other one. Was that Vernon? Who's picked it up and put it through for a very nice point.
Both of those two inclusions, though, are very handy players. Obviously, we've seen Pat Trotter and Jared Vernon around this Gisborne side in the seniors for many games, so they're not just 2 ring-ins out of the reserves, they're 2 quality players.
Well, the kick went to the front of the goal square, was punched to the front. Vernon was exactly where he should be.
Just didn't get the right connection.
Just missed. So that's the Dogs on the board. They're 1 behind 1 point. The Hawks are 2 straight goals. 6.5 gone. First quarter of the preliminary final, thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Clayton Holmes played on from full-back and kicked it beyond 50. Jesse Collins picks it up. It's a 30-metre handball forward. He gave it there to Thompson. Thompson, they go backwards in order to go forwards, and now they get caught up across half-back here, the Borough. It'll be a ball up. So across half-forward for the Dogs, left half-forward. It's swimming pool side. It'll be a ball up. McGlashan tries to thump it out of the air for the Dogs. Trotter, he couldn't find a way. Tried to. Offering support was Bell Bartels. Still on the outer side. They're winning the footy then, just coughing it up with some errant handballs. And halfway between centre wing and left half forward, the Dogs in attack. It'll be a ball up. Eagle Hawk 2 goals straight. Gisborne 1 behind. 7.5 in the first. Finals football. Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community.
I can tell you already, boys, that the Hawks tackling is a mile higher than it was this time last week. They've come to play. Kick towards half forward for the Hawks. Repelled well. Baker long for the Dogs. Inside forward 50 on a lead mark. Taken by McKenna. Well, that was a huge transference.
It was good play going inside forward 50, but it's a big opportunity today for Liam Spear, who was the rookie of the rising star winner throughout the week. So huge opportunity for him and Seb Bell Bartels and 2 of Gisborne's younger midfield brigade to stand up and put their name on today.
So McKenna shot at goal. He's on a fair angle to the city end. And he'll kick it from about 45 metres. He has no trouble with the distance, no trouble with the accuracy. Gisborne have got their first goal on the board through their champion goal kicker, Paddy McKenna. And they go to 1-1-7, trailing the Hawks 2 straight goals, 8 and a bit gone. First quarter of the Bendigo Football Netball League preliminary final, thanks to Priority 1 Property.
Yeah, Tyler Miles is looking like the one that's running with Paddy McKenna at the moment. I just think Paddy McKenna can use the advantage of a little bit more speed than Tyler Miles to possibly beat him around the contest and be able to get to the ball first.
Back into the middle, grab him against McGlashan. McGlashan, he jumped early as well, trying to get the advantage. Overrunning the footy, Gillingham for the Borough. For the Dogs now, they'll come forward with a long kick. Broadcast side to half forward. Oscar Madden running with a fly to the footy. Couldn't mark it, picked it up, tried to handball it. It comes off hands, and it'll be a ball in. 70 home from the Dogs' goal. 2 goals straight, Eagle Hawk. Gisborne, 1 goal, 1-7. 9 gone in the first in the preliminary final. Full on fresh footy.
It's probably clever work from Madden because he had no teammates around him to help him. Didn't want to go out deliberately from the throw-in, just outside forward 50. Canolan takes it for the Dogs. Hand pass missed its mark. Chance down there for the Hawks. Miles takes it. His hand pass couldn't find a target either. They all pile in. Umpire's going to ball it up at centre-half forward for Gisborne.
You're right, Jock. It is noticeable that Eagle Hawks' tackling pressure is really high at the moment.
We did want to be, wouldn't it, after last week? Ball up. Umpire's picked...
free kick to grab him for a ruck.
Yes, in the ruck infringement. Saw Marcus Barham go past before, former premiership winning coach for the Gisborne Bulldogs. So Bulldog Barham here to support the Gisborne side. There it is. Grab him. Long kick. Straight towards the point of the goal square. Plenty up. No one can take the mark. Crumb by McKenna. Hand pass out. Got it to a teammate. That was Doolan.
Yeah, Pat McKenna taken off the ball, and he's going to get a free kick in the forward pocket right-hand side.
Because Doolan's kick went straight across the goals and didn't score. And now McKenna will get it
that
back.
Was against Lockie Atherton as well.
Gee.
It's just holding him back, and it's just a silly thing to do. Pat McKenna, if anyone's going to kick a goal from here, Jock, it'll be Pat McKenna.
Well, he's only 20 out, but it's a pretty tight angle in the Rifle Brigade pocket. So McKenna kicked their last one. That's an absolute ripper. He's kicked both their goals, and he's put the Dogs in front. 2-1 Gisborne, 2 straight Eagle Hawk. That is thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden. Just on 10 minutes gone, first quarter.
Yeah, it just didn't need to be done by Atherton. I mean, the kick that it came from Doolan was going to be turned over, and Eagle Hawk were going to rebound out of defence, but just the holding and just trying to keep him off the play, blocking.
Discipline.
It just didn't need to be done. Like, Pat McKenna wasn't going to influence the ball. He'd already dished off the handball in the first place, so going to be a frustrating one for Eagle Hawk, Travis Matheson, and Pat McKenna's kicked 2 goals early, and he's certainly not a player you want to have heaps of momentum.
Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, thanks to Holden, Colorado, at Poyser Holden. It'll be a stoppage, I reckon. No, umpire let it go, well done. Grab him, just grabs the footy, slams it forward for the Bulldogs. Big punch from behind. Eagle Hawk did well defensively. Swooping on the footy will be McKenna. He's prominent early, then we all get tied up at 50. We're attacking now, shallow for the Bulldogs, and it'll be another ball up. So it's Gisborne by 1 point. Preliminary final at the QEO. First term, 11.5 gone.
So Clayton Holmes, who came to Eagle Hawk this year as a defender, has got the job on McKenna from the ball up from 50. Kick out of the congestion, front of the goal square. McKenna again got hands to it. Couldn't complete the mark. At ground level, Tommy Woods got it. Goes one way, then the other. Then he's tackled and he's pinged. Madden got him. And big Oscar Madden's got the free kick in the back pocket for the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm surprised Oscar Madden's not the one that's playing on Pat McKenna at the moment. I thought he would have been the logical.
Goes short, gives it to Philo.
I'm just
who's
thinking
marked.
if he's got a dodgy ankle, maybe they were worried he mightn't have been able to keep up with him.
30 metres out from the goal, he's defending, goes wide. Not sure about the kick, gives it to Atherton. Atherton down the line, and Tibbett a long way from half forward, marks at half back for the Hawks, goes down the wing, grandstand side. Target Sean Williams, couldn't mark it. He's under the pump, plenty in hunting the football. Look at the pack develop, taken down there by Philo, got a hand passed out. Could he find a teammate? He did. Collins under the pump, got it to Tibbett. He's dumped into the deck. Umpire lets him play. It goes back and it's taken down there by McGlashan. Collard, free kick, advantage, taken by Summerfield. Inside forward 50 for the Dogs and a mark to McKenna. What a frenetic passage of play.
Yeah, McGlashan was just too big and too strong, and there's the end. He was just trying to push his way out of the tackle. He just dropped the ball at the last second. And
3 times Hawks players took it and were tackled and lost it. We spoke about the tackling from the Hawks. It's ferocious from the Dogs as well. McKenna has kicked the first 2 goals for his side. From 48 metres, comes in, goes for home, and has kicked 3. The Dogs
and now
have
it's on.
Absolutely stolen the momentum. They're 3-1-19 after the Hawks kick the first 2. The Hawks stay on 2 straight goals. That is 13.5 gone. First term of the preliminary final, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Yeah, just be a little bit careful, Paddy. He went up and let Clayton Holmes know about it, and then in the end it turned into a little bit of push and shove. But Pat McKenna, he is an X-factor. If he gets going, look out, Eagle Hawk. And they're going inside 50 very well at the moment, Gisborne, so Eagle Hawk need to work out their defensive structures, because McKenna loose like that 3 times is not a good sign.
After a fast start, Eagle Hawk just seemed to have stopped. However, McGlashan, he'll kick it to half forward. Barnard straight in, but it's all Bulldogs. McGlashan, though, he sharked the footy. Now for Eagle Hawk, short little kick, still across half forward. They're all getting involved. Sean Williams tries to burst through the pack and can't. And at centre half forward, true centre half forward, Eagle Hawk attacking. We'll have another ball up. They're attacking to the Barnard Street ends. McGlashan versus Grabham. In fact, it might be a free kick. It was doing the ruck work was Jared Lynch, and he gets one for a hole.
So the Hawks really struggling a bit at the moment. Dogs with the ball at half back. Long lead. McKenna comes up and marks between centre and centre wing. He is the dominant player on the park at the moment, Paddy McKenna. Swings it wide, gets a lead, gives it to the coach. Good for your career. And Young marks for the Dogs. Half forward flank. Pinpoints a pass, gets a lead. Canolan takes it, plays on, swings around on the left foot, goes for home and kicks a point. Now, was that touched? Why wouldn't he have gone back and had a shot?
That's what I was about to say the same thing. I didn't think it was touched, but I didn't hear a whistle to signal that it was a mark.
So Jake Canolan took the mark, swung around and kicked a point. He missed, didn't make the distance, it rolled through. 3-2, Gisborne, 2 straight, Eagle Hawk. There is 15 and a half gone first term, thanks to Priority 1 property.
If it wasn't touched, I think he's made the wrong decision by playing on there. But
So Atherton went to McGlashan by foot, who then went to half back to Hommelhoff, who took a good strong mark. So he's on the swimming pool side, right half back, kicking to the Barnard Street end, dumps it down the line, and it's a poor kick. He's kicked it straight to the Bulldogs, straight to the opposition. His side leads by 8 points. The Gisborne side, the Gisborne Bulldogs, we come in board, centering ball to Crosby. Crosby now has got a lead and honours it to Vernon. Vernon let it bounce in, tackled from behind. Umpire lets it go. Picks up by Brodie Collins. He runs to half forward. He'll send it inside forward 50. One-on-one contest, but good strong mark by the Bulldogs by Timothy Walsh.
Yeah, Walsh, terrific player. He's played into league for Bendigo, goes wide. Finds Scotty Walsh out there who plays on, goes down the wing, out of side, can't find a teammate. And in fact, the ball's bounced over the line and out of bounds. It will be thrown back into play.
in the first 16 minutes, I don't think we've called Brodie Filo's name yet. He hasn't had too much of it.
So throw in on the wing, out of side, maybe closer to half forward for Gisborne. Up they go, plenty up. In fact, it was a free kick, an advantage, was it?
He's letting it go, that's for sure.
Chance down there for the Dogs, centre of the ground.
I think that might have been a whistle off the netball court, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Working hard in there for Gisborne was Sam Graham. He can't get it out. He's locked up. And the ball is between centre and centre wing. It's going to be balled up. Plenty on the ball. Big pack of players. 12 to the Hawks, 20 to the Dogs, halfway through the first quarter.
Off half back, swooped on it by Tim Walsh, who's been good. He'll send it to the outer side wing for the Bulldogs. They've just got the momentum in this one. They'll take possession through Benaki. Got one for too high. He was just slung around at the last moment. Probably fell into it a little bit, but it was definitely there. So Benaki for the Dogs. They lead by 8 points, 17.5 into this opening term. They've really found their feet and have the momentum. Inside forward 50, it was a poor kick.
Good
Clayton
mark.
Holmes intercepts in his defensive 50, and he's got the goals at his back, the Bulldogs goal at his back. Just sucks them in for a minute, sucks the big ones in, and then he kicks it straight to the opposition. And Young, probably wasn't Young, in fact, doing a little bit of a misservice to him. They'll come through Vernon, gets collared, all tied up, there'll be a ball up.
Let's go fresh around the grounds. The Heathcote Football League Grand Final at half-time. North Bendigo have kicked away in the second quarter. They are 7-6-48. Colburn Abbott 2-3-15, only adding the 1 point to their quarter-time score.
So ball up. Cross half forward for the Dogs. Plenty hunting the pill. No one could get it out. Jesse Collins, bottom of the pack. Gee, they've been pinged for that early in this quarter. Not this time. And the umpire will ball it up again. As a bit of push and shove ensues. In it is Collins. Also Casey Summerfield. But the umpire wastes no time. Balls it up. Hit down by McGlashan. Wide. Chance down there for McIver. Takes the footy. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to the Dogs. So they've got it on the wing, grandstand side, long kick, came in there from Benaki towards McKenna, contest, couldn't take it, Scotty Walsh picks it up, well crumbed, goes into the forward pocket, couldn't find a teammate, battling hard was Wood, can he get it out? Hawks' defence is absolutely under the pump, umpire's picked out a free kick, Madden will take it for the Hawks in the back pocket.
He retreats into right to the goal line. Marks by Holmes, who will slow things down. It's as if he's kicking out from full back. Looks exactly the same scenario. A 50-metre ball outside fifth. Has actually gone 60 to the back of the pack. Runs on it, Hommelhoff, then runs his measure to the wing. Now the Hawks, they'll go inside forward 50, bouncing footy, tries to paddle it in front of him, can't pick it up. Defensively, Dogs did well, saw it over the boundary line. And in their back zone, it'll be a ball in. Eagle Hawk, 2 goals straight. Gisborne, 3 goals, 20. Almost 20 minutes in the first. Full-on fresh footy.
So the ball will be thrown back into play. Just outside forward 50 for the Hawks. They're kicking to the Barnard Street end in this first term of the preliminary final. Plenty around the contest. Chance down there for Wood. Takes it, got it to a teammate. He was tackled, lost it, through the pack. Nobody can get it effectively. The umpire's doing a good job. He lets them play. Finally it squirts out. Hawks player takes it, kicks inside forward 50, straight to Clinton Young. The Gisborne coach takes the mark, plays on, goes wide, finds a teammate in space. They come down the wing, grandstand side, kicked off the ground, hacked out of the air. It'll favour the Dogs. They pick it up. Scrappy old kick towards half forward. There should be a turnover taken down there by Thompson for the Hawks. His kick in turn. Turned over to Rogers. He goes long. Inside forward 50. Summerfield back. Can't take the mark. The Hawks might get out of trouble from the last line of defence.
Oh, they're nervous. It's a nervous kick to
they?
half back. They're going to come again here. Gisborne Canolan at handball was a little bit errant. He's got support, however. Trotter did well. Dished off the handball. That goes now a long kick inside forward 50. Tracking the football will be Fallon. They should see it over the boundary line if they're going to defend here. They don't. They're calm. Tibbard. Handball's over the top. They're just mucking around a little bit with it. Collins, short pass to Oscar Madden, still in the back zone, or to short, dangerous ball to Brodie Philo. An awkward looking kick to Miles, who runs into it and takes a chest mark on left half back.
You're right, they are looking decidedly nervous, the Hawks. So Miles has got it. Right on defensive 50 for the Hawks. Takes his time, then goes with a long left footer up towards half forward. There's no one at home. Ferry goes back, takes it for the Dogs, comes down the line, to the wing, gives it to Canolan. He'll go back into the corridor. Can he find a target? Danger here for the Hawks if he can. And they can. Here they come. It was picked up by Grabham. Goes inside forward 50 and finds McKenna on a lead.
He's an X-factor, Paddy McKenna, and he can go back and kick goal number 4.
Well, they just keep coming. There's just so many of them.
It's relentless. Eagle Hawk, their tackling was so strong in the first probably 10 minutes of the quarter, but the last 5 minutes it's just been all Gisborne.
Well, Gisborne's kicked 3 goals. Paddy's kicked them all, and he's lining up for number 4. It's a 22-minute mark of the first term, and he'll get the distance because he's probably only got to kick it from about 30 metres, but it is an angle to be considered. McKenna comes in and kicks it sensationally. 4 goals to Gisborne, all of them kicked by their young champ, Paddy McKenna. And Gisborne go to 4-2-26. Eagle Hawk, well, they're anchored on 2 straight goals, 12, 22 and a half gone first term of the prelim final. Thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Yeah, there's certainly a real strong first quarter. Pat McKenna, that's 4 goals to his tally so far. And Eagle Hawk have rotated a couple of different defenders to him now, and it's just not proving out for him. But I think the last few minutes, Joshua Grabham started to get control back in the ruck, and that's what's starting to make the difference.
Well, Tibbard's gone in the ruck now for Eagle Hawk. Grabham won the tap again, tries to grab the footy and can't, but Naki is in there underneath the pack. They just tie him up, and we'll have another stoppage and another ball up. So we'll do it all again. Tibbard and Grabham. They don't have to face off on this occasion. Grabham won the tap, swooped on by Philo. He'll spread it wide to the outer side wing. He'll put it in the path of Hommelhoff and took a good strong mark running with the flight of the ball.
And he wastes no time. Hommelhoff dishes off the hand pass. Long inside forward 50. Can the Hawks get a grab? They can't. It's a great mark in defence. I think it's Brian Ferry, isn't it? No, he was a singer. What's the other Ferry?
James.
James Ferry.
His brother.
I think they are related. Ripper mark. Contested mark from the back pocket, goes long, clears defensive 50 with a big ball burster. To the pack, no one could pick it up effectively. They hit the deck and the umpire will ball it up.
Casey Summerfield off the ground for Gisborne as well, getting a bit of treatment on the 2 hamstrings.
They're going long, Gisborne, aren't they? Long as they can.
Eagle Hawk in attack. Cam's going, who the bloody hell is Brian Ferry to, Jock, in the background?
I was thinking that.
Let's stick together with this one, Jock, as it's 4-2-26 Gisborne. 2 goals straight, 12 Eagle Hawk. they've just stopped. They just started off like a train, and they just need to get the momentum back as they go inside forward 50. The Borough got a lot of it. Then McGlashan, who's playing forward, couldn't quite mark it. Picked up by Philo on the left. He tried to be too cute. Gisborne now. Oh, they're all tied up. Umpire lets it go. We're only 35 from goal, Eagle Hawk. Philo, clever little handball over the top into the path of Hommelhoff. He picks it up. He goes to Knott. Knott now kicks it long into the pocket. A mark, I reckon, by McGlashan.
Yeah,
hard up against the fence, and it's going to be paid.
No, I reckon
it's not going to be
the boundary
paid.
umpires overruled at this one, I reckon. Yep, boundary umpire signalled straight away the ball was over the line, and the central umpire came and got him to confirm we'll have a boundary throw in.
Well, in my mind, it's got to be out in the full. But
They've gone upstairs to the...
Well, if it's touched over the line, if he hasn't taken control.
Hommelhoff tapped in his direction. He goes around the body and as casual as you like, on the left, popped it through. And Eagle Hawk just needed that one just to get the momentum away from Gisborne. 3 goals straight, 18 Eagle Hawk, 4-2-26 Gisborne, 25 in the first. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community thanks to Aussie Disposals.
2 goals in the game now for Jed Hommelhoff. Was in the right spot at the right time and got the hit down nicely to his advantage and was able to snap it back through for a goal. So nice goal, Jed Hommelhoff. And Eagle Hawk needed that because Gisborne were all momentum. If Eagle Hawk can get another one and have the game back to almost level picking at quarter time, I think they'd be pretty happy with that.
8 points the margin, closing on quarter time. Ball up, back in the centre. Hibbert, grab him, dead heat. Who can get the takeout? That's the important part. No one on this occasion. It's locked up and the umpire comes in to ball it up again. Smack dab in the middle of the Queen Elizabeth Oval. It's in wonderful condition and perfect weather and a good crowd. Chance for the Hawks to get it out of the centre. Hand pass was poor. It was taken away for the Dogs by Graham. Gets a lead and finds a player in Vernon who's taken the mark. 50 out on a slide angle.
Probably not the day for long sleeves, I wouldn't have thought, on a footy field.
Every day is a long sleeve day.
So Vernon, Jared Vernon, lines up for the Dogs from 51 metres. Gives it a ride, goes right to the line. I reckon it's through. And the Gisborne faithful tell you it is. So he's broken Paddy McKenna's run of straight goals for the Dogs, and they've put through number 5. They're 5-2-32. The Hawks are 3 straight 18. 26 and a half gone. First term of the prelim final, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Jared Vernon, the late inclusion, that's a really nice kick. It had to give that everything from outside 50, and he got it right to the line and managed to slot it through, but Eagle Hawk get 1 and Gisborne seem to get 2 at the moment, so things are looking pretty positive for Gisborne.
Back in the middle, Grabham v Tibbard. Grabham's been good in this opening term. He wins the tap, taps it straight down Somerville's throat. He goes to Walsh. Walsh now, his kick was smothered off the boot. That was a good bit of play by Eagle Hawk through Fallon. Then offered support McPhee. Feeds it back now to Collins. Collins kicks is smothered. A couple of smothered balls in amongst that. Collins butters up his own ball. Handball, he didn't look over the top. He was looking for McGlashan. Goes over the boundary line. Left half forward. Eagle Hawk into attack. They are 3 goals straight, 18. Gisborne 5-2-32. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community.
So a throw in, just outside forward 50 for the Hawks. Up they go, tip it over the back. Grab him, in fact, in front, grabbed it, then grabbed his head. He was trying to tell the umpire he copped a high one. He goes to ground, he's got the ball under him, and the umpire's going to ball it up. Nothing for that. Across half forward for the Hawks. Grab him and Tibbet. Important. Up they go. Grab him. Taps it down, but Philo's after it. Bumped off the football. Keeps going. Philo gets it. Hand pass over the top. Gives it to Tibbet. He's under the pump. Wants support. Found it in Brady. Philo. Went back to Philo. Philo went to Gillingham. He goes inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Who's on the lead? Nobody. Have a look at that Dogs defence. They stand up magnificently. And the ball's cleared out to Trotter, who marks at half-back. Plays on. Big kick down the line. Thumped over and out of bounds for a throw-in on the wing grandstand side.
Oh,
They're like a brick wall, that Gisborne defence at the moment.
Isn't the intensity up? 3 goals straight, Eagle Hawk. 5-2-32, Gisborne, true centre wing. Grandstand side, Tibbet from behind. Big punch to the base of the pack. Gillingham tries to find a way. And, geez, I don't know if he had prior opportunity, but a free kick will be given to Big Grabham.
Dropped the ball though, Johnny.
So Grabham Plays on, wastes no time, gives it to Walsh. Walsh long inside forward, 50 for the Dogs. Taken by McKenna, tackled, lost the football, it's loose. Canolan takes it from 45, high left footer across the body, into the goal square off hands and through for a minor score. The Dogs are pressing.
Jake Canolan was absolutely fantastic in the win against Golden Square last week, so hasn't really had too much of it in the first quarter, but if he gets his hands on it, he's dangerous.
Gisborne, 5-3-33. Eagle Hawk, 3 straight 18. 29 and a half gone. First term of the prelim final.
Ben Thompson marked it from the kick-in from fullback for Eagle Hawk. Then he spread it laterally wide, and he finds McPhee. Doesn't know where to go. He's deep in his defensive zone. He'll go short. He finds Mullen, who's on right half-back. As the siren sounds for an entertaining opening term here in this 2019 Bendigo Football Netball League preliminary final. Dominating in the most of that quarter, it is Gisborne. 5-3-33. They lead Eagle Hawk 3 goals straight, 18. Don't go away. Big 3 quarters to come here. Bendigo Live. This is 2019 finals football on Bendigo's Fresh FM. Straight in.
Well, the windsock's not moving much, so you would think good sides could score at either end.
Yeah, well, there's no reason why they can't in perfect conditions.
Yep.
Just a pattern that's been trending throughout the day, though, Jock. Don't know what it was, but even Eagle Hawk people at three-quarter time of the reserves contest were saying, oh, South Bendigo's got the goals in the last quarter.
Fair enough. Second term about to get underway. The Dogs take a 15-point lead into it. Bounce, centre of the ground. Both ruckman jumped high and missed it from the centre. It was wobbled up towards half forward for the Dogs, then punched back into the centre of the ground. There's a whistle on play, and it's a free kick to Gisborne. Player will take it centre of the ground as Paddy Trotter. So Trotter's got it right in the centre. He'll go long, drives the Dogs, inside forward 50, out on the lead, McKenna, couldn't get to that one, ball loose, spills over the back, Madden there to lay a tackle on Canolan, it's in the back pocket for the Hawks, they try and tap it outside defensive 50, they do, over the line, and the boundary umpire will throw it back into play, in the swimming pool pocket, 55 from the Dogs' goal. 3 straight 18 the Hawks, 5-3-33 the Dogs, and this is the Bendigo Football Netball League preliminary final, second term.
Gisborne attacking. Just keep your eyes on Holmes there, Cam. He got up really ginger. As off half back, it'll be Jack Fallon. He feeds it to Conforti, his first possession. Kicks it to Knott, who's on the wing in front of Ferry. Knott on the left. He'll kick it to the top of 50. Hommelhoff takes a mark, uncontested really, and he's got a player in the goal square, unattended, takes a mark right at the top of it, and it might be Riley McIver. In fact, it's Riley Saunders that's taken a mark, and it would have to fall over to miss it.
Gee, I just thought for a second, will he turn around and run in?
Probably should have, but you don't miss them for there in a final. Geez, he made the goal umpire work. I reckon, is he snuck it through? He has.
Gee.
Nervous moment there for Eagle Hawk. I thought he'd missed it, but they certainly needed to get that one on the board. 4 goals straight, 24 Eagle Hawk, 5-3-33 Gisborne. Almost 2 minutes in the second. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community, thanks to Priority One Property.
Yeah, Riley Saunders just got out the back and the kick came in nicely from Hommelhoff, who used his body really nicely to take the mark on his chest and then wheeled and go. And I know Travis Matheson, he loves to get the positions of just wheeling and going every time you take a mark, get and go, and that's the rewards of what can happen. You'll find a loose player inside forward 50. That occasion it was Riley Saunders.
Just a little bit of a delay, waiting for the ball to come back from the crowd.
Oh, they got the reserve ball and then the other ball.
And then
came
the other
in.
one. They got 2. They can have 1 each. You know that saying, Cameron? He's playing like he brought his own ball. 2 of them could. We won't go there. Okay.
They never said that to me.
No, glad I brought that up. Back in the centre. Umpire were balled up. Grab him. Still in ruck for the Dogs. And he's against McGlashan, who weighted down, took it, threw it on the boot. Only got about 10 metres. Nobody can get it out effectively. The tackling's ferocious. Hommelhoff might have thrown it on the boot. Got 10 metres for the Hawks to another pack. This time the umpire comes in, we'll ball it up. It's between centre and half forward for the Hawks. In a perfect day for footy this afternoon. There's the bounce. McGlashan got it down. Went to Philo. Slipped as he kicked it. Poor kick. Went straight to Baker, who marks in defence for the Dogs.
24 playing 33. The Dogs, they have the lead. Baker sends it down the line, outer side wing. They set themselves, good strong mark. Who's playing up the ground there was Lynch. He fed it off to a teammate. They're away here. They're on half forward, the Dogs. Short pass. Player fell over. That was Walsh. Mullen. Handballs to Atherton. Handball to Madden. Madden now outside a defensive 50, and he's kicked it straight to grab him with the Bulldogs.
Yep, he marks on his chest, hands off to a teammate, long inside forward 50. This time it's a poor entry by the Dogs, and Fallon's chopped it off and taken a mark in defence for the Hawks. He's got it about 40 out from the from the goal he's defending. Went to Jesse Collins, who couldn't take the mark, but he scooped it up, gave it back to Fallon. Fallon goes long to half forward. Target down there's Riley Saunders. Can he get in front and take it? He can. Wants Tibbet. Tibbet can't take the mark on forward 50. Good defence. Punched over the line out of bounds. It'll be thrown back into play just on forward 50. This time the Hawks in attack.
They seem to have settled just a fraction here. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community. Eagle Hawk in attack. Tibbet against Grabham. Grabham wins the ball, and then he just gave it up to Philo. Philo puts it in the direction of Thompson. Ben Thompson had front position, took a good strong chest mark, 35 out from goal, pretty much directly in front. Will line them up, and they need this one.
Yeah, they get this one. They're back to within 3 points. So Ben Thompson, who's been in and out of the senior side all year, so opportunity for him to go back and slot himself a goal.
He probably came into the side because Sam Harper's been injured, so he's making the most of it because Harper may play next week. He's got a broken hand if they win, but he doesn't make the most of it, and it's a small one. 4-1-25 Eagle Hawk, 5-3-33 Gisborne. 5 minutes in the second, full-on fresh footy.
I spoke to Sam Harper before the start of this game, and he said if the boys win, 110% will be there next week.
That was the Hawks' first point, or first miss of the game. And a kick out short to the back pocket. Down there, it's taken by Young, the coach. He'll go back into the defensive goal square to Walsh. Further afield to Ferry. So Ferry's got it. They went right across the defensive goal that time, the Dogs. Ferry's got it in the back pocket. Wants some movement. Finds it. Goes in the direction of Trotter. Great defensive punch away by Fallon. Puts it over the line and out of bounds. It'll be thrown back into play. So it's all very well to do the short ones, Johnny, but you've got to make sure they get the target.
Rifle Brigade pocket, 49 from home, 25 playing 33. Eagle Hawk trail, they are in attack. Tibbet wins the tap, won it cleverly. Over the top to Jesse Collins by hands, and he slams it through. Good bit of work. Just showed the composure when he won the footy. Jesse Collins slams it through. So they've just settled a bit here, Eagle Hawk. 5-1-31, trailing by 2 behinds. 5-3-33 Bulldogs. 6 minutes in the second. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community. Thanks to Holden, Colorado, at Poyser Holden.
Probably have to go back to Jack Fallon's play to force that ball over the boundary line before the one that went in there. A lot of players that just give up and let the opposition take an easy defensive mark, but he willed himself to get in front and punch that ball over the boundary line, and as a result, they got the next ball from that congestion and was able to find it for Jesse Collins to slot the goal.
So Tim Walsh called a trainer out and had a talk to a trainer then. Don't know what that's all about. Ball up, centre of the ground. Chance for the Hawks. Worked through Knott to Gillingham. Long towards full forward. Up they go. No one could take the mark. Thompson under it. He can't pick it up. Dogs defence under the pump. It's worked backwards. Taken by Timmy Walsh. Throws it on the boot wide. It'll be cut off by Williams. Goes inboard. Back in the direction of McPhee. What happened?
Gillingham, it's been sent back to him.
I think it was a free kick for out of bounds on the full, so they had to make him go back over the mark.
Right, so he's got it right on forward 50. Centering kick, poor. In front, Trotter. Chopped it off. Got it down. Dogs will clear, but only to the wing on the outer side. And the Hawks now starting to get their hands on a bit of football.
Atherton spreads it wide to Holmes, who's in the middle. They're playing corridor now. Long ball. Tibbet's on his own. Slides into the ball. 70 from home. That was a good spot up by Holmes. Good approach. Tibbet now, he's looking to go corridor. It's a smart thing to do. He's too far from home. It's an awkward looking ball. There's just a pack of dogs there. Ferry's in the area, gets involved. They've got numbers, however. Whistle on play. It'll be a free kick to the Dogs.
Yeah, Timmy Walsh got one high.
And he'll have a free kick deep in the back pocket. 31 playing 33. 8 minutes gone. Second term. Gisborne have the lead thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Well, they wanted the short and they went for it again to Ryan Baker across the defensive goal. He goes towards 50, finds the coach. Young's got it. Right on defensive 50 for the Dogs. Beautiful left foot kick down the wing, out of side. Long lead McKenna, can't take the mark. The Dogs crumb it. Kick towards a loose player up at half forward. That's Lynch. He can't keep it in. The ball bounces over the line and out of bounds. It'll be thrown back into play. So it's out of bounds across half forward for the Dogs. On the swimming pool side, they're kicking to the Barnard Street end in this second term. And at the moment, the scoreboard's got them in front by 2 points. 5-3 to the Hawks, 5-1.
So the ball is on the outer side in attack for Gisborne. Numbers are with Eagle Hawk. Philo getting involved. Handball gives it to Atherton. Atherton, 50-metre ball. Shallow inside forward 50. 1-on-1. Baker versus Tibbard. Geez, they come in support. Good work, Bulldogs. They'll repel. Long ball to the wing. And just Walsh couldn't get his hands on it. Over the line she goes and it'll be a ball in.
Fresh around the grounds, MCDFNL Grand Final at half-time. Carisbrook at 8-1-49. Natty Bialaba at 8-5-53.
Upset brewing there.
Quite possibly.
Long way to go, but yeah, good tight contest from a throw-in on the wing. Grandstand side here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval. Nobody can get it effectively. Some good tackling. Gillingham threw himself in for the Hawks. Made sure his opponent, Scotty Walsh, wasn't going anywhere, and the umpire will ball it up. Between centre and centre wing, up they go. McGlashan got it down. Oh, kicked off the ground. Stolen beautifully, though, by Graham. He's got it for the Dogs. Goes inside forward 50. McKenna on a long lead. Doesn't get to him. Chance down there for the Hawks. Can they clear? They take the footy. They go across the goal. Dangerous, but it's worked. They should get out of trouble. Another short one. Mark was fluffed. Now it's loose. Right on defensive 50. Young gets across for the Dogs. Ties up an Eagle Hawk player with the footy, and the umpire says, "Give it to me, I'll ball it up." I thought Lockie Atherton might have been in trouble. So there's the ball up, right on forward 50. Chance for Benaki. Roved it, ran through some traffic, got tackled.
Too high.
Whistle on play. The umpire's going to call too high.
I reckon he is.
Free kick to the Dogs. 40 out directly in front. Going to be taken by Brad Benaki. Well, he got through some traffic, Benaki, from the ball up, from the stoppage. He got through the first line of defence, but he got collared in the second one, and the umpire said he got collared high. Benaki, he'll have no trouble with the distance. From 40 metres, directly in front, goes for home, and I reckon he's kicked a goal. Goal umpire says full points. Dogs put number 6 on the board. They got a 6-3, 39, leading the Hawks 5-1-31, 11 gone, second term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Taking them 11 minutes in the second quarter to get their first goal of the quarter. Eagle Hawk had 2 up to that stage, but Brad Benaki probably a little bit quiet in the first quarter, but I don't know about you, Johnny, but I certainly had Brad Benaki sitting in my team of the year for the BFNL, and he's a super talent.
He is a really good player. As we go back into the middle, we've got a good old-fashioned preliminary final here. You can just sense that it's going to the wire. Intensity is up, 8-point margin. Both teams seesawing back and forth. Grabham wins the tack. Tibbard did well, however, for Eagle Hawk. Kicks it an awkward ball to half forward, looking for Hommelhoff, couldn't find him. Philo, cute little handball. That was neat to McIver. McIver honours a lead, finds Collins. Brodie Collins hit him right on the chest, and 35 out from goal. Not much of an angle, will line them up for the Borough. It's, in fact, it might be, you're right there, Jock, it's Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson playing forward. I saw that, just that mane of black hair.
With the hairband.
With the headband.
Yeah, they go to the same hairdresser.
So Thompson, geez, he hooked his knee. As soon as he kicked that, you could tell that it was never, it didn't even score in the end. Just a nervous kick at goal. So 6-3-39 Gisborne, 5-1-31 Eagle Hawk. No change to the score, 12.5 in the second term. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community.
So it bounced out into the car park. Oh no, not bad. It's worked back and given to Timmy Walsh. So he'll take it right in the last line of defence for the Dogs. Runs on, goes wide to the outer side. Big marking contest. Umpire's picked out a free kick, and it is going to the Hawks. So the Hawks have got it. Half forward, outer side. Can't see. Now they've got it. Goes short.
McGlashan it was.
Yep. So it's just worked the bare 15.
Jack Fallon.
Who looks unsure. Fallon. Then he retreats, goes backwards. So the Hawks, well, are they trying to just quietly set something up? Now into the corridor, centre of the ground, back to Tibbet. Tibbet is cautious. Further, laterally across the ground, gives it to Atherton. Atherton finally goes to half forward. Wanted Collins. He dropped it. Loose ball. Chance for the Dogs. Taken down there for them by Weaver. Kick was smothered. It's at half forward now for the Hawks. High kick. Chaos ball at ground level. Super play Miles. Crashed the pack. Got it on the boot. Went into the forward pocket. Couldn't find a teammate. Wanted McGlashan. He's after it. Can he get some support? He can't. Locked up in a tackle. Umpire will come over and ball it up right in front of the scoreboard.
Fresh around the grounds in the North Central Grand Final, it is C Lake Nandaly 6-7-43 to Birchett Watcham 5-2-32.
Dogs by 8 points. Throw in now. Eagle Hawk attacking inside forward 50. Just a lot of players around the footy. Most players, well, every player is in the forward half for Eagle Hawk. So just to see a players, there's no one forward of centre for the Dogs. Trying to burst his way through McKenna, playing well up the field, couldn't. It's a hurried ball, but across half-back, Tibbet takes a mark. He'll retreat backwards into his defensive zone to Sam Thompson to try to set something up. Short to Holmes on half-back. Holmes just sells a little bit of candy. Then he runs through the middle. He puts it to half-forward. He spotted up. Not. Ferry did well for the Bulldogs from behind. They're just working nicely. Just Williams. He burst through the pack. Handball over the top looking for Philo. Was no good. Walsh of the Bulldogs. He gets flung. Umpire's letting it go. Sean Williams picks it up. Centre corridor. Goes to Hommelhoff. Spreads it wide. They're trying to build something. Fallon now. Fallon short pass and finds McPhee. They made hard work of it and eventually got there.
Was it hard work or what? They went via Albury to get there.
Yeah, I thought they might have muffed it at one stage as well. Ben McPhee ended up getting a mark, but it was a dangerous kick inside for McPhee to mark. I thought that when Jad Hommelhoff had the ball, he had a couple of players in board that he could have went to, but he went backwards to come back in again, which just allowed Gisborne to shut off a couple more of those outlets.
I felt like there was no Eagle Hawk player that I didn't call in that passage of play. Fair dinkum. It is Ben McPhee. He spreads it wide. It's going to go hard up against the boundary line. Philo keeps it alive. Handballs it off to Saunders. He'll put it to the top of the square. Or they set themselves. Gisborne player there took his eyes off the football. Probably should have been a free kick. Eagle Hawk will come through. Fallon puts it on the left, right at the goal line. Saved a mark. I reckon Ferry fumbled and it might be a minor score.
No, they paid the mark.
Paid the mark.
I thought he fumbled it through.
He did. So he was in front of the line, fumbled it, then went behind the line. Umpire didn't agree. Short pass. Ends up now with the Dogs through Timothy Walsh.
So Walsh has got it in the back pocket for the Dogs. Goes short again. Player loose and Crosby takes it. Well, Trent Crosby would still be in the back pocket. Looking for the exit. Looking for the escape. For the Dogs, goes down the line, off hands, no one could take it, Crummers needed, came out to Saunders, threw it on the boot, his kick was intercepted by Ryan Baker, he drives the Dogs back into the corridor, chance for them down there through Bell Bartels, he's got a player wide, that's Vernon, he wants some support, finds it, the Dogs go deep inside forward 50 to the goal square, can't find a target, can the Hawks work it out? They can, short kick, it's marked by Tibbet, 25 metres from the goal he's defending.
Gisborne by 8. It's just seesawing from end to end. Oscar Madden now, Eagle Hawk to McGlashan. McGlashan feeds it off to McPhee by hand. Outer side wing, swimming pool side. Short to Ben Thompson. They look to seesaw it back and forward across the ground, trying to set up a bit of play. Short to McPhee. Bounces. He steps around a player too easily. Finds some space. Has a bounce. Needs to be quick. Handballs it forward. They're going to cough it up here now through Walsh. Walsh of the Bulldogs, inside forward 50. Good punch from behind Sam Thompson. I thought that Tom Wood might have got his hands on it and didn't. Defended well, Eagle Hawk. 48 out from Gisborne's goal. It'll be ball in. 5-1-31 Eagle Hawk. 6-3-39 Gisborne. 17.5 in the second. Full on fresh footy.
Throw in inside forward 50 for the Dogs. Lynch got up high over the back, tapped it to the front, couldn't put a teammate on the end of it, and the ball's worked back over the line. Out of bounds, will do it all again. You're right, Johnny, such a seesawing game at the moment. Nobody in complete control, really. 8-point ball game. Beautiful conditions here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval, the home of country football. There's the throw in. Right across forward 50 for the Gisborne Bulldogs. It's kicked out of defence. Only as far as Young, who's got it. In fact, it's Crosby, who drives the Dogs back inside forward 50, can't find a target. Again, a pack develops, and again, the umpire will ball it up about 40 metres out from the Gisborne goal.
So they attack. Barnard Street ends. What a contest here. 8-point margin. 5-1-31 Eagle Hawk. Gisborne 6-3-39. Dogs in attack. We'll have to have another ball up. It'll be another stoppage. I'm actually liking the way the umpires are going about their business. They're letting it go. Yep. Oscar Madden getting involved, picked up the footy, and they just can't get it out. Umpire blows his whistle, and it will be a ball up. 40 out from goal. Still haven't moved one iota there, Jock.
No, there's the ball up. Plenty around it. Up over the top was Tibbett. He hit the deck, and the umpire, is he calling for another ball up? Or has he paid a free kick? 2 umpires involved, and it's going to be a free kick to the Hawks.
Is it 50? It might even
and
be
I
50.
reckon, is it a 50? I reckon it might be. It is.
To Tibbett, yeah.
So Tibbett's got it. He must have just... I reckon he got tunnelled. I reckon he lost his legs. Cameron, did you see that?
Oh, I didn't see, no. There's
Okay,
too many players in front of it for me to see it from back
So
here.
Tibbett's got it now. Instead of from the back pocket, he'll kick from the centre of the ground. Goes long. Inside forward 50. Clears the pack. At the back, Homoloff. Can he run onto it? Oh, they overran him. Tim Walsh. Great defence. Under the pump he turns. Kicks around the body. High. Clears defensive 50s. Put it out on a full. So the Hawks will come again 60 metres from goal.
Justin Bateson with the free. He's too far from home. Hommelhoff is finding space. He ignores that. It probably would have been too short. Bateson now on the left, kicks it to 50. They set themselves. Ferry, big punch from behind. Bulldogs. Offering support for the Bulldogs was Crosby. Did well. They all get tied up again. I reckon the umpire's going to ping.
Yep.
And Eagle Hawk is going to get a free kick. They've paid it all afternoon. Hommelhoff will get the free kick. Both teams have been dragging the ball in, and when they've done it, the umpires have called for a free.
Yeah, a little bit stiff, but the player on the bottom of the pack, it's not the first time that he's been penalised today, so at least they're being consistent.
Yeah, hit the nail on the head as long as they are consistent and doing it all the time, so the players know what to expect. Hommelhoff. He will cross the paint mark of 50. His team needs this just to draw it back. It's the scoring end, and he does. Punches the air, so that's his third. He's providing a bit of a target up there and is dangerous and mobile. So Eagle Hawk 6-1-37, Gisborne 6-3-39, almost 21 in the second. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Yeah, just a little bit of momentum shift at the minute, going the way of the Hawks, but you are right, Johnny. I'm not sure I agree with the free kick, but they are being consistent. So if it's a consistency thing, then you've got to pay it. And it has cost a goal for each side now, but just think Gisborne is starting to fall away in this game now.
Back in the centre, there's the ball up. Both ruckmen ran into each other. Dead heat. Hacked out of the air. Goes towards the wing. Young took it for the Dogs. He lost it in a tackle. It's loose. Chance down there. Baker takes it for the Dogs. Threw it on the boot. Gains 10 metres. Young takes it again. He's tackled again. After it down there's Doolan for the Dogs. He can't get it out. Young goes again. Great third effort. Kicked it off the ground. But only as far as the Hawks, who win it back. They go to half forward. Saunders up. Makes a contest. Can't come down with a football. The Dogs with numbers at ground level. Well done, Trotter. Trotter goes to the wing and Casey Summerfield takes the marks for Gisborne.
Jeez, it was a gutsy mark,
Oh,
Jock.
he had to stand and wait for him.
His side, they lead by 2 points. A classic preliminary final here brewing at the QEO. Summerfield goes shallow inside 50, looking for Grabham, got a lot of it. Oscar Madden for Eagle Hawk, picked it up quickly, banged it into the middle. McIver for Eagle Hawk, probably lost sight of it. Then he was good enough to get his own ball. Handballs it forward to half forward, McPhee. He can get out. He's a good user of the footy. He's got time and space now. Spots up Sean Williams, who's found space as well. Right on 49 metres, takes a mark and will steady the ship and slow things down and head for home.
Gee, he had a good look, McPhee, didn't he? He wasn't going to waste it.
Sean Williams, now he goes. It's wide to the goal line. It will be a minor score. 6-2-38 Eagle Hawk, 6-3-39 Gisborne, 23 in the second. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community.
Yeah, cracking contest. Both sides are cracking in, having a go at the moment, but just surprised that Sean Williams can find himself in that much space across centre half forward at this time of the game.
So the Dogs go short, as they've done out of defence. And the second kick, okay. So they've got it just outside defensive 50, but they're held up. can't find the free flow they had earlier, and the next kick is thumped over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. It's a cross half forward for the Hawks. 23 gone, second term of the prelim final. 6-2 Hawks, 6-3 Gisborne, thanks to Priority One Property.
Can't be long left in this quarter as Holmes grabs it. In fact, it was McGlashan grabs it out of the ruck. He puts it inside forward 50. Baker for the Bulldogs. He should have marked it. Then he was good enough. He punched it towards the boundary line and stepped over as he kicked it. Probably should have marked it in the end, but it's going to be a ball in 40 out from Eagle Hawk goal.
Sam Graham's just come off the ground for Gisborne too, in the hands of two trainers sitting down there. So interesting to see how that one plays out. He's already got the head taped up as well, Sam Graham. So.
Yeah, he's been playing well. They wouldn't want to lose him. So the ball will be thrown back in, just inside forward 50 for the Hawks, closing on half-time. From the throw-in, no one could get it effectively. Gee, there's a lot of numbers out hunting the football. And the umpire's picked out a free kick. It'll go to the Hawks. Collins has got it. Jesse wastes no time. Comes in, gets a lead, went to Knott, thumped away from him. Still inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Collins got it again. Got out a hand pass to a teammate who's swamped to the ground. Great tackle, Casey Summerfield. And the umpire's going to ball it up right on forward 50. Brody Collins was the Hawks player in the bottom, and Summerfield, terrific tackle. So there's the ball up, right on forward 50 for the Hawks. Can they even it up with another score? It's worked to Young. The coach of Gisborne just throws it on the boot, gets it to the wing, out of side. Chance in there to be taken by Sammy Thompson under the pump. He can't do much with it. The ball jars free and goes over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
How many times do you reckon you call at the bottom of the pack for Gisborne is Summerfield?
Well, that's what he does.
Always at the bottom of the pack.
That's what he does. He's
just in.
A super in and under player.
Bulldogs by a point. There's going to be some sore boys after this game. The tackling is ferocious, as you'd expect to see in the preliminary final. Storm will be sitting back and enjoying this contest. Now they'll come forward again. Atherton, short pass. Oh, it's too much on it. He's kicked it straight to Ferry of the Bulldogs. Ferry plays on quickly. You spot up Baker. Sean Williams did well from the back for the Borough. Just ties the footy up. 49 metres, Eagle Hawk attack. It'll be a ball up.
It's Sean Knott streaming inside forward 50. All he had to do was put it on his chest and it went over his head.
Yeah, missed the target. Never mind. That happens. Ball up, forward 50. It's taken from the hit out by Doolan. He can't go anywhere. He's locked up in another tackle and the umpire will ball it up again. So ball up, right on forward 50 for the Hawks. Point the difference. Dogs in front. From the ball up, grab him. Just grabbed it. Threw it on the boot. Went towards McGlashan, who took it. Was told wasn't far enough. It's worked back to Fallon. Fallon goes back inside forward 50 for the Dogs and finds a teammate. Now a chance for the Hawks. Waste no time. Leaders on. McPhee got him. 35 out, 45-degree angle. Benny McPhee got those orange boots pumping. Found a bit of space.
Passed it over to Sean Knott in the goal square.
And there it is. The Hawks hit the front. Good work, Hawks. They've got their nose back in front. 7-2-44. Gisborne 6-3-39. 26 and a bit gone second term, thanks to Priority One Property.
Yeah, not only did did they stream inside forward 50 and take the mark, Ben McPhee, but then Sean Knott in the goal square. Gisborne players turning around, just wondering if Ben McPhee's going to have a cup of tea before he shoots for goal, and it's inexcusable defence to leave Sean Knott in the goal square like that. And they turn a 50-50 set shot into a certain goal.
Doesn't pay to assume, does it?
No, not at all.
We assume he'll have a shot.
It actually started off with Riley Saunders, who got that ball inside forward 50. So they're starting to get their stuff together here, Eagle Hawk. Collins swoops on the ball. However, Bulldogs did well through Pat Trotter, who's come into the side this afternoon. Puts it inside forward 50. Atherton feeds a handball out, Bulldogs. Trotter butters up now and dives in after the football. Gillingham ties him up, and across half forward for Gisborne will have another ball up. 7-2-44, the Borough. Gisborne 6-3-39. Red time second term in this preliminary final.
So the umpire will ball it up, right on forward 50 for the Dogs. The Hawks, it's taken by Philo, got through some traffic, then kicks high, wide, bouncing ball, goes back on its axis. Who can take it effectively? Saunders can, read it well, got through some traffic, hand pass over the top to Homoloff. Can he bring it in? He can. Then Saunders follows up and takes it from the centre of the ground, goes inside forward 50, Mark Payne, no! Gee.
Thought he had enough of it.
Yeah, not thought he had it. It's worked back to the centre of the ground, but the Hawks will come again. Good work out there. Not butted up. Takes it from 65 out. Goes into the forward pocket. Finds McPhee. Turns. No one in the goal square. Bouncing ball across the face and through for a minor score. Boy. So one straight kick the difference. The Hawks are 7-3. The Dogs are 6-3. 28 and a half gone. Second term of the prelim final. Thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Young short pass deep into the back pocket to Baker of the Dogs. Rifle Brigade pocket. Short pass. Trotter hits him at defensive 50. Looks to bring it down grandstand side. Banaki, front position, took a mark. Good bit of build-up. Good bit of play. Just tempo footy. Told to play on. He does. Dumps it down the line. Broadcast side. They set themselves. Ben Thompson just came from nowhere 3 deep and took a really good mark. Just slows things down. He just came from nowhere, young Ben Thompson then. Now he puts it high. That's a poor kick in the circumstances. He's kicked it right to the pack. Not went through without looking at the footy. Umpire let it go.
Yeah, that was
Spills.
free kick every day of the
Lucky.
week.
McIver just taps it, toe pokes it towards the boundary line. 70 out from Eagles Hawks goal. Will have a ball in. 7-3-45 the Borough. 6-3-39 Gisborne. Almost 30 minutes in the second, thanks to Priority One property.
Sean Knott just comes steaming through, just barged his way through the pack. He didn't have eyes for the
Well,
football
there was a lot of traffic between him and the
But
umpire.
if he had eyes for the ball, it's all fair, but
From the ball up, umpires picked out a free kick.
got to have eyes on the footy.
It's going to go to the Dogs. So Josh Grabham will take it from half back. Goes with a little hand pass. Inboard to Graham. Graham went for the corridor. Wanted Crosby. Missed him. He's outnumbered. Now a chance for the Hawks. McPhee got it.
He kicked the goal too.
He faked a hand pass, then played on and a siren beat him. Did he kick the goal?
He did kick
He had
the
a
goal,
shot.
yeah.
Half time in the preliminary final, and it's the Hawks in front by a goal. 7-3-45, leading Gisborne 6-3-39.
Cam Power, I'd like you to give me a synopsis of what's going on here up to half time.
I'm going to assume that means what I thought on the contest so far. Pat McKenna barely got a touch in that second quarter, and he was the X factor I thought in the first quarter for Gisborne. But there is a couple of players. You look down this Gisborne list, and you look at.
You're right there, Cam. So it is half time, just about to get the third term underway. Eagle Hawk 7-3-45, Gisborne 6-3-39. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM. Doing it for our community. Here's Jock Clark.
So McGlashan will start in ruck for the Hawks and Grabham continue in a ruck for the Dogs. I don't think he's had a change yet. Both ruckmen jump into each other. Who can get the all-important take-out? McIver's in there after the pill. He can't get it out. They hunt him to the ground, and the umpire balled it up. They maybe gained about 15 metres, the Hawks, on that occasion. So it's between centre and half forward. They're going to the Barnard Street end of the ground, the Hawks, in this third quarter from the ball up. Chance down here for Collins to take it. That's Brody. I reckon he's got a free kick, has he?
Yeah, he has. Gets up off the bottom of the pack.
So he's got it. In fact, centre of the ground. Goes with a little kick. Oh, gave it to Philo, who played on. He was collared. Had to get rid of it. Wanted Gillingham. Missed it. Philo went back and got it. Went wide. Gave it to McIver. McIver will go inside 50 for the Hawks. First inside 50 for the third quarter. Straight to Ferry. He marks and clears wide to the back pocket out of side.
Finds Sam Graham. Sam Graham goes dangerously inboard. McPhee's in the area. Knott wins the footy. Handballs to Philo at 60. Standing start into the goal square. Ferry of the Bulldogs got his hands on the footy. They need to be careful here, Bulldogs. Grab him. He just drags the footy in. They've been pinging it this afternoon for that scenario. Not on this occasion. 45 out from attacking goal for Eagle Hawk. It'll be a ball up.
He got some terriers in there. Philo's inside forward 50. Homeloff. It's in fact taken out of the ruck by Knott, who's thrown it on the left boot. He's had a ping. He just took it out of that ruck contest, but he's missed. He's put it wide and through for a minor score. First score of the second half. The Hawks go to 7-4-46. The Gisborne Bulldogs 6-3-39. 1.5 gone. Third term. That is thanks to Aussie Disposals.
They played on quickly, kicked it to the outer side. Graham getting involved. Up to the wing. Just moving it nicely. A long ball to half forward. Graham ran on. Got a lot of the ball at half forward. Can't win it now. Ground level. Hommelhoff is in there as well. Oscar Madden getting involved. And 70 out from the Bulldogs goal. It'll be a ball in. 7-4-46 Eagle Hawk, 6-3-39 Gisborne. 2 minutes in the third, full-on fresh footy.
Yep, vital third term. There's the ball up. It's just outside the Dogs' forward 50. They trail by 7 points. Plenty up. Comes to the deck. No one can reel it in, and in fact it rolls over the line and out of bounds for the boundary umpire to take possession and throw it back into play. So, plenty of numbers around the footy, as there has been all day. There's the throw-in. Up they go, in front. One to the front down there might have been McGlashan. He got it down, but the Dogs take it. They go inside forward 50. Defensive punch. Loose. Where are the numbers? The defence under the pump. Worked wide for the Hawks to Atherton. His kick into the corridor. Gee, it worked. It was dangerous. Oh, they might get out of trouble. No, the kick was smothered. But they've got some numbers down there. A chance to be taken by McPhee. He wants support. Now he's got it. Fumbles. Goes back. Long hand pass. Back to defensive 50 to Atherton. The Hawks are stuffing around. Now they go to Philo. Now to Gillingham. Gillingham to the centre of the ground. To Conforti. Conforti plays on. Collins met with a sledgehammer, but he got rid of it to Saunders. Saunders plays on from the centre of the ground. Inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Play on's the call. Now it's the Dogs' defence called on to stand up. Ball's worked out to Walsh. Scotty Walsh goes down the wing grandstand side, turned it over. Mark's taken down there by Bateson for the Hawks.
Yeah, Collins still down in the middle of the ground as well. Copped a big hit from Clinton Young on the way through.
That's as big as I've seen.
That was huge.
Gillingham to Saunders at half forward. Saunders then kicked it inboard. Just couldn't quite get his hands on the ball was Ben Thompson. Now it'll be Banaki of Gisborne off half back. Just kicks it. Long 50-metre ball, but Sam Thompson takes a chest mark right on half back for Eagle Hawk.
I think it's actually the game has stopped because Brodie Collins, I think it might even be a blood rule. The umpires are crossing their arms. So I'm suggesting that. But yeah, Brodie Collins, he's not in a good way at all. You can see the blood streaming in his face, and I think he might even be in a bit of trouble here. Like, he's struggling to walk in a straight line. So.
Well, hang on. Firstly, let's say he's up and walking.
He's up and walking, but he's not walking in a straight line. Now he's got a little jog on. But
he's shrugged off the trainers and he's jogging off the ground.
He's got a lot of blood pouring from his face.
You know, in the soft spot of the eyebrow where you get one open and then there's this blood coming everywhere. So he'll be right when they stitch him up.
That's right.
Well, he will be.
Yep, just bite on this bit of wood.
Yeah, it's that bit. It opens up pretty easy on that eyebrow. Now, Sam Thompson's got it a half back for Eagle Hawk. He'll kick it to half forward. They'll set themselves. Knott was the target. Spills to Saunders at the back of the pack. He got run down. Umpire let play go on. Bulldogs now doing well through Crosby. Still on half back. Are they going to cough it up? They need to be careful. Grab him. Dishes out a handball. That was not effective. Bell Bartell's trying to get involved and can't. And on left half back, right half back, Gisborne are going to get a free kick. 46 Eagle Hawk, 39 Gisborne, 5 minutes in the third, full-on fresh footy.
Yeah, Saunders had it, got pinged, and, as they've been doing all day, he paid a price. So the Dogs from half-back, they go to the wing. Grandstand side, good mark up in front. Banaki's got it for Gisborne. Gets up looking for a hand pass. There's no one streaming past. So Banaki goes back, kicks it long. Inside forward 50. McKenna the target. I reckon he's going to get a free kick.
Yep,
Holmes gets up. He's filthy. Shaking his head. He's absolutely pleading his case, but once it's paid, they aren't going to change their mind. McKenna, free kick. And he'll probably have to kick it from 50. 10 in from the boundary line. So it's no gimme. Now McKenna's got 4 so far in the game. He kicked them all in the first quarter. None in the second. He's lining up. Can he get one back here? Drag the contest back to a 1-point ball game. Paddy McKenna from 50 metres goes for home. Looks great off the boot. It is straight as an arrow. McKenna's got 5 and the margin back to 1 point in favour of the Hawks. They are 7-4-46. The Gisborne Bulldogs 7-3-45. 6.5 gone. Third term thanks to Aussie disposals.
Pat McKenna is probably one of the best set shots for goal in the competition. He nails them everywhere. So he's got 5. And he needs a big quarter if Gisborne are going to be able to get out into a bit of a lead in this game, because I just think they need to be 3 or 4 goals up at three-quarter time if they're to win this game.
He's had 5 set shots for 5 goals.
Well, they are kicking to the city end, which, as we've said ad nauseum, it's the scoring end. Eagle Hawk now. They'll come Fallon over the top. Gives it to Mullen. Mullen short pass. Spots up Saunders.
Good work.
Left half forward. Saunders inside forward 50. Nod is the target. He's at the back of the pack. Good strong mark. It was taken by Walsh, who's been really good down half back. He's spread it to the opposite side in... looks like with the bandage on his head is Sam Graham. One bounce up onto the wing, bouncing footy. In fact, it's marked by Trent Crosby.
So Crosby got it, plays on, goes up towards half forward. Not a good kick. Hawks defence in front, so they'll clear. Long, back over the centre. Tibbett read it well. He's got the mark. In fact, it's not. Turns. Can he find someone inside forward 50? He can't. He wanted Williams. Lost the run of the football. Now he's back after it. The Dogs' defence is under the pump inside forward 50. Ball's worked over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
Let's go fresh around the grounds. It is three-quarter time in the Maryborough Castlemaine Football League Senior Contest Grand Final. Natty Bialaba a 9-7-67 to Carisbrook 8-4-58.
Oof. Natty. Their nose is just in front at three-quarter time in the MCDFNL. Meanwhile, the ball is worked back towards the wing, grandstand side. The Hawks have got it. It's wide, taken by McGlashan. Little kick to Collins. Gets through some traffic, pocks up a pass. Too big an ask for his teammate. The Dogs have got numbers back in defence. They've been good all day. Now they clear towards the centre of the ground. But that kick not good. Ball in dispute on the wing, in front of the grandstand. Taken by Atherton. His hand pass went wide. Graham's got it. Over the top. Gives it to Trotter. Trotter's got a little bit of time on the wing. Now goes long. One-on-one contest inside forward 50. Dogs mark 45 out from goal. Terrific performance and great mark. Weaver's got it. So Daniel Weaver, he doesn't want to have a shot. He's looking around from 52 metres. Goes into the pocket. Finds a teammate with a little bit of space.
Yeah, something's happened off the ball as well.
Will you watch for that, Cam?
Yeah, Eagle Hawks' Lockie Atherton is on the ground.
In the meantime,
he's
been taken. Hang on. Mark's been taken by Canolan, and he's about to have a shot. Runs around on the left foot, fires and puts it through for a minor score. The margin at the moment is, in fact, it's level, 46 apiece. Now, what's going on?
Well, I didn't see it, but I heard the crowd in the background, especially from the grandstand. You heard it in our special effects mic, and Lockie Atherton is down on the ground, so... One of the Gisborne... I didn't say who it was, but there was certainly some...
Are you suspecting a dastardly deed?
Yeah,
or what?
I'm thinking that someone might have bumped him off the ball because I seen the Gisborne player running off.
7-4-46 apiece,
really
9.5 gone, third term of the prelim final.
Clayton Holmes from fullback kicked it to Collins, out of side. Jesse Collins kicks it to the wing, short pass, pack forms. Free kick will go to McPhee, got one too high. So he's on the outer side wing, swimming pool side, McPhee. Looking to build something here for Eagle Hawk. Short pass to Gillingham. That's neat. Now Gillingham turns and goes. We'll kick it to 50. There's no one home.
No.
And he's coughed it up and he's kicked it straight to Timothy Walsh of the Bulldogs.
3 Dogs defenders with no one within 20 metres. They go backwards. Young's got it. He goes across the defensive goal. The target down there was Ryan Baker. Couldn't take the mark. Under the pump. They might have mucked this up, the Dogs. The Hawks win it back. Oscar Madden, what's he doing in half forward? Picks up the footy. Goes with a dinky little kick to Homoloff and finds him.
How many times do you reckon Madden be on the end of a goal assist?
Homoloff plays on across the ground and finds a teammate who's marked 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, and McPhee. Nanny McPhee, he's worked his way into this contest, hasn't he? And he will go back and line up for goal.
I know what you're referring to there with Nanny McPhee in a good old movie.
Thanks for that. McPhee for the Hawks across the face. There's a big mark. I think it's Williams. Yeah. Big pack of players. Williams has risen over the back of them and taken an absolute specky.
Not the best mark of the day, though, is it, Johnny?
No, not quite. But,
well, I'll tell you what, you'd be stiff
if
this
it's game
not.
It is. Ryan O'Keefe in the under-18s took an absolute screamer. He sat up on the shoulder of one of his opponents.
Sean Williams has got it. Player on the marks, a metre out. But he's on an angle. Don't muck it up, son. And he's a left footer, and he hasn't. Has he kicked a goal? Yes, he has. Hawks have got it through and they run to him. So they go in front by 6 points. 8 goals for the Hawks, 7 for the Dogs. 11 and 3/4 minutes gone. Third term, thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Let's go fresh around the grounds in the Maryborough Castlemaine League Grand Final. We've played 10 minutes in the last quarter. Natty Bialaba 11-9-75 to Carisbrook 10-5-65. So Natty 10 points up, 9 minutes, or 10 points up, 10 minutes into the last quarter. Is there an upset brewing up there at Maryborough?
Well, sounds like it. Carisbrook have been super all year. Natty Bialaba playing in their second grand final in a row.
I think Williams has kicked this ball out onto the road too, so they've had to get the spare ball.
I know.
And for the second time today, both balls are going to collide in the middle of the ground.
Perfect conditions here. The shadows are lengthening as we speak.
The young centrals ran in there with the new footy, and then he's gone, I did all that hard work for nothing.
I thought I might have said something funny then, Cam. I don't know why you're laughing at me, but 52.
You and funny don't go in the same sentence.
Playing 46.
Oh, that's
Eagle Hawk. Eagle Hawk are kicking to the end that we say is not the scoring end, so they'll have the city end at their beckon in the last term. They'll go forward again, however, through Gillingham, Eagle Hawk, Barnard Street, its end, inside forward 50. Hommelhoff, good attack on the footy. It's spilled out to 70 out. McPhee picks it up, feeds out a handball. Gillingham receives, short pass. He's got a player on as the lead, and it's Sean Williams who'll line up for his second in the matter of 2 minutes. And I reckon he's just on his maximum distance, directly in front, 49 out from goal. What do you think, Cam? Has he got the leg?
Well, the way he kicked that last ball, so I think he's got the leg on him for sure.
And the last kick he was a metre out.
Yeah, but he still landed it on the road.
He's an impact player. Williams, left footer, directly in front, crosses the paint marker 50. He sends it on his way, and as straight as a die, through the middle, 9-4-58. Now Eagle Hawk, super impressive in this third term, 7-4-46 Gisborne, 14 in the third. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community, thanks to Priority One Property.
And it is full-time in the Heathcote Footy League Grand Final, premiers for 2019. North Bendigo, 10 goals, 10-70. Herdman, 2 goals. Finlay, 2 goals. Ford, 2 goals have defeated Coleman Abbon for 10-34. Hugh Hamilton, their leading goal scorer, with 2.
North getting up well. And for those that wondered, Brody Collins, who according to Cam lost both legs, both arms and his head in the last contest, is back on the ground, bandaged up and having a go from the takeout. The Dogs won it. They go straight inside forward 50. Madden stands up. Oscar takes the mark in defence for the Hawks. Goes wide to the outer side. Poor kick. He's turned it over. Straight to Canolan. I think that's who he's playing on, who takes the mark. Drives Gisborne back inside forward 50 on a lead. McKenna got hands to it. Wanted it paid. Umpire says play on, 45 metres out from the Dogs' goal. Chance down there for the Hawks to clear. They do. Conforti takes it, throws it on the boot, gets to half-back. All-important contest, plenty of numbers from both sides going after the football. They hit the deck. It's between half-forward for the Gisborne Bulldogs and the wing on the outer side, and the umpire is going to ball it up.
I reckon we need to find someone just to keep an eye on what's going off the ball, because Daniel Weaver was the one that spent a bit of time in the middle of the ground on
That's
all
what we're paying
there.
you for.
12-point margin. Eagle Hawk, they lead.
I'm watching the footy.
They're on the outer side
Right.
wing. They've got the momentum in this third term, kicking to the Barnard Street end. Against the flow of the afternoon. All the goals in this term coming from that end, well, most of them anyway, as they go up in the ruck. Lynch getting involved for the Bulldogs. The ball go around the body. Canolan's the target. Ground level, they all hit the pack hard. Collins did well, feeds it out by hand to Philo. Philo emerges. He'll run across half back and spread it wide into the path of Mullen, running with the fly to the footy. Taps it in front of him, then picks it up cleverly. Spins one way, then the other. Goes corridor, spots up Hommelhoff. A little bit of a late tackle over the top by Clinton Young, and Hommelhoff gets the free kick.
And McIver takes it. He's going to play on. He's not allowed. It's got to go back to Hommelhoff. That was good work down there from the Hawks. They were in a little bit of trouble. She goes wide. Hommelhoff gives it to Jesse Collins at half-back. Wobbles the ball down the wing to the outer side. The Hawks have got the numbers. They move it towards half-forward through Hibbert. He's now inside forward 50. Chance down there for Collins to take it. He can. Goes with a little pass. That's okay, Mark. Hawks, 45 out. Bit of an angle, shot on goal. So the ball is with, guess who, Sean Williams. He's having a pretty good third quarter so far, and he'll line up now. He's a lefty, Cam, and he's got to kick it about a bit over 40 metres.
He didn't have any issue with the distance last time.
No, he'd have every chance, I think. So to the Barnard Street end, Williams comes in, puts it across the face, and in fact it's a Gisborne mark right on the last line of defence, and it'll be taken down there for them by Ferry, who goes wide. Finds a teammate, they try and run it out of defence, they might have mucked it up, a Hawks player got a fingernail to it, stop their run, stop their momentum, pack develops, umpire balled it up, 35 metres around from the Hawks goal.
They attack, 12-point margin, good contest. Let's go around the grounds for a fresh live update.
The A-grade netball for the MCDFNL their season is run and done. Avoca 46 have defeated Carisbrook 38.
Gisborne have moved it up onto the wing. It's only momentarily. Fallon, handball, Madden. Madden short pass to half forward, spots up McPhee. Too far out from goal. McPhee, short pass. It's effective to Conforti, who's been quiet. The runner, Darren Thompson, getting in the way.
Yeah, get out of the road, Tomo.
Conforti. He's had a quiet afternoon, Conforti. Haven't called him much at all. Short pass to McGlashan. It's a finger tipper. He juggles it just at ground level. And the man on the mark standing at 49.9 metres. So it'll take all his effort. McGlashan doesn't want to go for it. Short pass again. Coughed it up. He's kicked it straight to the opposition and sends it to Graham.
Graham played on though, got collared, turned over. Conforti took it from a pump, just outside forward 50, lays it on the boot, gets it to the front of the goal square. Danger here for the Dogs' defence. They work hard. Summerfield goes through the pack, ran into a brick wall, couldn't get it out. There's a toe poke out of the congestion, and I reckon it's a Hawks goal. The umpire runs in to talk to the goal umpire, who nods his head. We might be going upstairs. They're having a discussion.
Toss a coin.
What's going on?
It's a point. It's a point.
It's a point.
Yeah.
Don't you toss a coin in that situation?
Absolutely no idea. Minor score to the Hawks. They go to 9-5, 59. Gisborne 7-4, 46. 19 gone, third term, thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Bulldogs try to take the advantage of the situation and played on quickly, and it's moved up onto the wing in a twinkle of an eye, but they'll lose it. Conforti wins it now for Eagle Hawk to half forward, but he's coughed it up. He's not having a really good game, Conforti. He kicks it straight to Baker. Baker of the Bulldogs, left half back, long high ball. He'll kick it to half forward. They'll set themselves. McGlashan juggling ball, didn't quite get enough of it. Conforti getting involved again. Also Atherton at ground level, and on left half forward, Gisborne attacking. It will be a ball up. 59 Eagle Hawk, 46 Gisborne. Almost 20 minutes in the third. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community.
13-point ball game from the bounce. Jesse Collins won it brilliantly. Fired up towards half forward but couldn't hit a target. Dogs now with the numbers. They're under the pump. It's worked towards the wing outer side. No one can get a clear possession. Every time someone takes it, they're tackled. Lost it. Graham got it. Got it to Walsh. Walsh on the left around the body for the Bulldogs. Goes to half forward and he's found Casey Summerfield. Summerfield now plays on, runs around the man on the mark, goes into the forward pockets, chopped off. Mark in defence will be taken down there by Mullen. Last line of defence for the Hawks, goes back, retreats and gives it to Clayton Holmes, who marks in his own defensive goal square.
Looks like he's going to kick it out from full-back. That's how deep he is. Short pass, he's calm under pressure. He kicks it to Atherton. Let's go around the grounds for a fresh live update.
Fresh around the grounds, Carisbrook up by a point in the 18-minute mark of the last quarter in the grand final against Natty Bialaba.
Atherton poor kick to Collins. Brodie Collins had plenty of time, then gives it to Jesse Collins by hand. Jesse Collins to the wing. Riley McIver flew high and flew early. Comes to the back of the pack. Riley Saunders gets his boot to ball for the Borough. Riley McIver, he tries to run on it. Can't. Bulldogs, they need to be careful. Baker is in the area getting involved at 50. All tied up. It'll
great
be a ball
tackle.
And we go back out to the MCDFNL for fresh around the grounds. It's an immediate response from Natty Bialaba, but they're now 5 points up, 20 minutes into the last quarter.
Ball up, right on half forward for the Hawks. Here in the preliminary final of the Bendigo Football Netball League. It is 21 gone, third term. From the ball up, quick kick out of the pack, favours the Dogs, bounces towards the wing on the outer side. In fact, doesn't favour anybody. It rolls over the line and out of bounds for a throw in. So the ball to be thrown back into play, swimming pool side of the ground. Hawks in front by 13 points, 21.5 gone third term thanks to Aussie disposals.
McGlashan in the ruck again, swooping on it. Benaki, handballs to Trotter. Trotter of the Bulldogs to half forward, looking for Canolan. Good defensive punch from the back of the pack. Miles did well, and on the outer side, it'll be another ball in.
He's been good today, Tyler Miles.
He has. He's actually
First game back in the
really
senior side.
attacked the footy in the contest hard, as they all have. McGlashan in the ruck against Grabham. McGlashan lost his feet. Grabham grabbed it out of the air, but it was a poor kick, only went about 2 metres. Somehow they hack it forward, inside forward 50. Under pressure, Miles picks it up quickly, bangs it on the booth, and he'll put it into the path of Sammy Thompson.
Thompson now just got the bounce under the pump also. Got it towards half-back. Wanted a teammate down there, Fallon. He can't do anything with it. Walsh is right on his hammer. Fallon goes again. Great work. Walsh dived over the top. Won the footy. Got it to Young, the coach. He's locked up in a tackle. Fallon goes again and locked him up. Terrific, desperate football from both sides. The umpire balled it up across half-forward for the Dogs. 22.5 gone. Third term. Up they go. McGlashan down. Jesse Collins got it on the boot. Got it up to the wing. Grandstand side. Can he find a teammate? There's a chance down there. Fallon again takes it. Then he's bundled over the boundary line and it'll be thrown back into play. Jack Fallon. He was in everything there for the last minute, Johnny.
He's sucking in the big ones too. He's got his hands on his
So
head.
am I.
13 points here. Eagle Hawk. They've had a super third term. The premiership term. Grabham taps it to half forward. Contest hard at the footy. Contested. Benaki wins it. Little give by hand. It was ineffective. Was looking for Wood. Couldn't find him. All tied up halfway between centre wing and half forward. Gisborne in attack. Eagle Hawk 9-5-59. Gisborne 7-4-46. 24 gone. Third term. Finals football. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Gee, another goal in this third term could make such a difference to the momentum in the last from the ball up. No one can get it out. It's so hard. It's so tough. Finally worked back. Oscar Madden takes it for the Hawks. Goes to half forward, sliding in. Not. Couldn't take the mark. Wants support at ground level. Can he find some? Gillingham can. Picks it up. Gives it to Sean Knott. Knott with a hand pass. Wanted Philo under the pump. Couldn't pick it up. Now he does. Throws it on the boot. High to the pocket. Up they go. No one could take the mark. 15 metres out from the Hawks goal. The umpire will ball it up. 9-5-59 the Hawks, 7-4-46 the Bulldogs, 24 gone, third term of the prelim final, thanks to Aussie disposals.
McPhee was absolutely fearless when he attacked that footy. It was in the air running against the flight of it and just hit the pack and then managed to get up as contest right up against the point post. It'll tumble over the line and it'll be a ball in rather. Eagle Hawk attacking. They've been super to the Barnard Street end. Got another one, a chance here. Few minutes left remaining in this third term. It's 30 out from goal, still contested, picked up by Knott just from nowhere,
got it.
Slams it on the left and popped it through. He just found a passage there, Sean Knott. Beneath his knees, he was really clean, picked up the football, he had time and space for his third. Eagle Hawk 10-5-65, Bulldogs 7-4-46, 25 in the third. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community, thanks to Priority One Property.
Yeah, I think the, what's the old saying? The fat lady's starting to warm up her vocal cords, I think.
Oh, a little bit early.
Yeah, well, the day's scoring's been down towards the city, and I can't see Gisborne being able to find 4 or 5 goals up the other end.
Well, Eagle Hawks just showing that you can do scoring down the other end, Cam.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Gisborne have got
ball
the
up
firepower
back
to
in
be
the
able to do
centre.
it.
Gee, the Dogs, you'd think they'd want the next one before three-quarter times. A whistle on play.
Centre square infringement against Eagle Hawk.
Downfield umpire called it. The Dogs have got the free kick, centre of the ground. Don't think they'll waste much time. They won't. Long, high, inside forward 50, marking contest. No one could take it. Oh, over the top. It was overrun by McGlashan. Now a chance. McKenna's got it. He's hemmed in, nowhere to go. The Hawks might have the numbers in defence. Worked out to Brodie Collins. Throws it on the boot. Gets it down the wing, grandstand side. Good work, little Jed Homeloff. He was under the pump and he punched the ball over the line out of bounds and gained some time for the troops to arrive and help him out. Throw in on the wing. Grandstand side. 26 gone third term. 10-5 the Hawks. 7-4 the Bulldogs.
Finals football. It's exciting. Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community. It's punched to the front of the pack. They'll track it towards the line. Sebastian Bell-Bartels, who's been quiet this afternoon, couldn't get the footy and will do it all again. in the shadows. Very long shadows forming. Perfect conditions. It's a beautiful spring afternoon. Finals football. Grabham wins the tap. Puts it in the path of Lynch. Couldn't win it. Ground level. Fallon did one. Well, dished it out. Gillingham. He puts it in the direction of Miles. Miles. He tries to pick it up. Bateson offered support. Good hip and shoulder. They're all going in hard. Good work, Bulldogs through Graham. Now a long kick to half forward.
Chance at half forward for the Dogs. But good marking, or was it over the line out of bounds?
No, they've called it over the line out of bounds. So,
well, Sam Thompson took the mark. If that's over, wasn't it out on the full?
Well, he didn't fumble it. It was a clean. So, the ball must have been touched on the way
Touched
through.
off the boot. Good work. Throw in across half forward for the Dogs. Closing on three-quarter time of the prelim final. It's worked wide. Benaki takes it. Got it to Graham. Graham throws it on the boot for Gisborne. Inside forward 50. Can they get a kind bounce? They can. Trotter takes it. Kicks towards goal. A contest in the goal square. Holmes and McKenna. Probably a dead heat and through for a minor score. Boy, it's a ripper. So the Hawks have got it. They'll kick out from fullback. 27, nearly 28 minutes gone, third term. 65 plays 47. Hawks in front.
Holmes plays on from fullback. He'll send it a 60-metre ball beyond 50, out of side. McGlashan went at it one-handed. A hurry kick back in by the Bulldogs. Inside forward 50. Vernon was in the area, but he overran the footy. Spills into the pocket. Sam Thompson is there, dives on the footy. He might be pinged. Geez, we saw it pinged earlier in the game. Umpire, dare I say, might not have been brave enough to give it that close to goal this late in the game, and we'll ball it up. Underneath the scoreboard, 65 playing 47. Eagle Hawk have the lead in this preliminary final. Contested footy. McGlashan, good punch into the path of Collins. Can't quite pick it up. Taps it to defensive 50. And the siren sounds for three-quarter time. Let's go around the grounds for a fresh live update.
It is full time in the MCDFNL Grand Final, and the upset has occurred. Natty Bialaba 12-11-83 have beaten Carisbrook 12-7-79 to be classed Maryborough Castlemaine Football League premiers for 2019, the Natty Bialaba Swans.
Not many would have picked that one in the MCDFNL. More scores. Let's go around the grounds. Fresh live update.
In the North Central Footy League at three-quarter time, Sea Lake Nandaly 8-10-58 to Birchip Watcham 8-6-54.
Three-quarter time here in the preliminary final. Great contest in the Bendigo Football Netball League on your Saturday night at the QEO. Eagle Hawk dominating in the third term. 10-5-65. Gisborne 7-5-47. An 18-point margin, so still plenty more football to come in this one. Bendigo Live. This is 2019 Finals football on Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Collins. Hawks have got the lead, boys, but this is still anybody's contest.
The other fresh around the grounds, full-time score in the Heathcote District Footy League, North Bendigo 10-10-70 defeated Colburn Abbon 4-10-34. And we will have a full-time North Central Footy League Grand Final score coming your way shortly.
So as the crowd leaves a sun-drenched Queen Elizabeth Oval, there is one quarter of footy left for the year for one of these sides.
Looking at Gisborne's better players, Nicholas Doolan was impressive. Seb Bell Bartels probably came into it in the last quarter.
And let's get the action underway. Here's Johnny Hunter to get us started.
Grab him, he goes up in the ruck, he taps it forward. Gillingham will swoop on it for Eagle Hawk. Philo offered support, he feeds it back to half back. They're working it through Atherton. He goes back even further to Sam Thompson. Now they go forward to Hommelhoff, half forward. McPhee's in the area as well. Good work, however. Bulldogs picked up by Doolan, dished it off to a teammate and Spear, and they go through the middle, and it's a mark taken by the Dream Weaver.
So Weaver's got it, centre of the ground, one way then the other. Goes long to half forward, out they come. Canolan met it, couldn't mark it. Got the follow-up, then lost it. Hawks get it back, they go to half forward. Great lead, great mark. McPhee, hand pass over the top. Tibbett runs in towards goal, fires and kicks a point.
Opportunity missed.
Opportunity missed, absolutely, from 30 out. Hawks hit the scoreboard, though, first in the last term. They go to 10-6, 66. Gisborne 7-5, 47. Minute gone. Final term of the prelim final, thanks to Priority One property.
So Walsh kicks it in from fullback for Gisborne. Beyond 50, whistle on play for a hold. It'll go to Eagle Hawk. A lot of players on top of the footy. Might be McGlashan that gets a free kick. No, it goes to the Bulldogs, in fact.
Oh.
So Grabham has got it on right half back. grab him, goes to the back door, handballs it to Graham. Graham runs a long way, then bounces to half back, kicks it, left footer, just a bit too severe there for Canolan. Canolan just keeps his feet. Miles dives in after. Atherton picks it up, goes to Collins, handball to Hommelhoff, clean bowls him, goes through his legs. He loses his feet. Bulldogs do well through Rogers. Now a contest forms on left half forward. Gisborne attacking. 10-6-66 Eagle Hawk, 7-5-47. 2 minutes in the last, full on fresh footy.
Tell you what, in this contest you got to be sharp, don't you? One fumble, you're dead. Ball up. Half forward for Gisborne. Chance for them down there. It's taken and kicked forward by Doolan. Didn't go too far. In fact, it almost went straight up in the air. A Gisborne player took it. That was Bell Bartels. He was locked up in a tackle. The umpire will ball it up. So 65 from the Gisborne goal. There's the ball up through the pack. Grab him. The big ruckman takes it. Got it to Crosby. Crosby for the Dogs. Goes to the front of the goal square. Hawks defence under the pump. An attempted defensive kick was smothered. It went back in the direction of Vernon. Threw it on the boot. Went for home and hit the post. Oh, let off for the Hawks. Point apiece in the last term. Back to an even 3 goals, the margin. 10-6 the Hawks, 7-6 the Bulldogs. 3 minutes gone. Final term of the prelim final thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Holmes kicked it into Mullen. Mullen plays on, just feeds it. He fed it to Gillingham. Gillingham, I'll tell you what happened. He had a bounce just as the Gisborne player tackled him momentarily, but that was good enough because that's classed as a throw.
Right, but he didn't break stride. Come on.
It doesn't matter.
Have some common sense.
It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but he didn't break stride.
It's the rule.
No.
If someone grabs you and you have a bounce cam, it is a throw.
Yes.
Does not matter whether you break stride or whatever. It doesn't matter. That's the rule. There's no arguments about it. It's just clear as a bell. So it's Liam Spear goes inboard and he finds Ferry.
Before he bounced
Nah, absolutely. That was a free kick on with the umpire. Oh, Mullen intercepts off half back. He's got Tibbett breaking for him on half forward, running with a flight of the ball. Crosses 50. He goes goalward and slams it home. What a bit of play from Eagle Hawk. They go coast to coast and opened the game right up with that bit of play. 11-6-72 Eagle Hawk, 7-6-48 Gisborne. 4 minutes in the last. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community. Thanks to Holden, Colorado, at Poyser Holden.
Yeah, well, good goal from Tibbett, but it was set up beautifully from the half-back. The clearance from Joel Mullen, just to be able to read the play, chop it off, and then hit Tibbett breaking stride, going inside forward 50 was absolutely fantastic. So the goal goes down to Tibbett, but I think it needs to really be noted that it was Joel Mullen that set that goal up.
He read it, Mullen, and he went. He took him on. That's what wins your finals. Ball up, centre of the ground, grab him, weighted down. Got it, landed in his chest. Kicks the Dogs to half forward. Canolan works hard on hands and knees. Can't get it out. Pack develops. Umpire circles and will ball it up just outside forward 50 for the Dogs. Well, it's a 4-goal margin. There's certainly still time for the Dogs, but you'd reckon, Johnny, they really need the next one, don't they? One more for the Hawks. Might make it almost mission impossible. From the ball up, goes back to grab him. Gets some space, throws it on the boot, up towards the goal square. Missed mark. Still recovery, though. The Hawks with the numbers in defence work wide to Fallon. Dives and takes a slip catch. Mark paid. Gee, no Australian Test fieldsman would have taken that, but Fallon took it. And he's got it at half-back right on the boundary line.
Fresh around the grounds, full-time. North Central Footy League Grand Final, Sea Lake Nandaly, 10-13-73 have defeated Birchip Watcham, 8-6-54.
So the ball is on the wing. Free kick for a mark will be to Ben. In fact, it's with the Dogs. Tim Walsh. Actually, defensive side of centre wing. Short pass to Baker. Baker, broadcast side. They'll need to get a wriggle on. Still a lot of game time left in this final term, but it just can't feel that they're going to get on top of this game. Madden, handball to Atherton. In fact, it was Mullen. Mullen into the middle. Ben Thompson picks it up to the ankle. Good clean. And then handball to Collins. Jesse Collins, one bounce to half forward. Handballs it forward to 50. Sean Williams, he wheels and goes around the body into the goal square. Bouncing footy. Ferry just gets there in time and sees it over the line for a minor score. Gisborne 7-7-49, Eaglehawk 11-7-73. 6 minutes in the last, full on fresh footy.
Yeah, well
Good
done,
work.
Tim Walsh, to present that.
Good work, the defence. Just last line. The Dogs scramble it towards half-back, out of side, ball in dispute. In fact, it's over. Conforti got it, but he stepped over the line, out of bounds for a throw-in. So between wing and half-forward, out of sight of the ground, the Hawks maybe in their attacking half of the ground. They lead this game 11-7-73. Gisborne 7-6-48. 6.5 minutes gone. This is the last quarter of the preliminary final. For the winner, a spot in the granny next week against this all-conquering Strathstorm, and for the loser, well, what might have been, and beers on Monday. Umpires picked a ball up between centre and centre wing. Plenty around the contest. Who can get it out? Dogs need it. They can't. It went into a wall of players. They hit the deck again, and the umpire has picked out a free kick. That's going to go to the Hawks.
It's Ben Thompson with the footy. He'll now
He's
kick
been
it
all right
long.
today, John.
He has. Mullen at half forward. Keeps his feet. Now collects the football. He'll go on the left. Short, clever little pass. Just a little bit too severe for Sean Williams at the top of the square. Umpire lets it go. Philo. Little cute handball over the top was ineffective. Bulldogs though. Summerfield. He goes by hand. Picks out Graham. Graham goes. Spreads it to the outer side. He finds Trotter. Trotter's been good. Now down the outer side wing. They'll move it nicely. Clinton Young, one bounce. He's now got time and space. Short pass to half forward. Underground ball to Benaki. Couldn't get it. Sam Thompson wins it. He puts it in the direction of Atherton. He can't win it. They're diving in after the footy. 70 out from Gisborne's goal. Outer side. We'll ball it up. 73 Eaglehawk. 48 Gisborne, 8 gone, final term.
Clinton Young's got his head bandaged too. There's plenty of mummies out there this afternoon. Been one of those games. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's gone to the Dogs. They go quickly. Inside forward, 50. Up they go. No one can take the mark. Ball beats everybody over the back and rolls over the line and out of bounds to be thrown in right next to the behind post. So the Dogs deep in attack. They trail 73 to 48. And you would think they need the next one. And they've got it down the end where they need it. There's the throw-in. Up they go. McGlashan got it to the front of the pack. Can he find a teammate? He can. Thompson, good work. Got it to Madden. Threw it on the boot. Cleared defensive 50. Too many Dogs. It'll come back. Young's got it. Gets around some traffic from 48 metres. Goes to the front of the goal square. Up they go, the Flyers. No one can take it. Madden's got it for the Hawks. He's under the pump. Needs some support. Went to McPhee. He's hassled over the boundary line. And it'll be thrown back into play. Forward pocket for the Dogs. 9 and a bit gone. Final term. Still 73 Hawks, 48 Dogs, thanks to Aussie disposals.
I just wonder if Brodie Philo is possibly playing under an injury at all. He's the only player for Eaglehawk in the centre half of the ground.
Well, I did see him.
Forward half of the ground.
I've seen him a couple of times during the week, and I can tell you he's not injured. So it's inside forward 50 for
Just
Gisborne.
hasn't been a game from his usual standards. He spent a lot of time forward compared to the midfield too.
He's had a couple of quiet games as the ball goes goalward, but it's a minor score. So Gisborne 7-7-49, Eaglehawk 11-7-73. 10 minutes last term, finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM, doing it for our community.
And if you know anything about Brodie Philo, you know if you want a bit of magic late, he's the one that can provide it for you. I think it's a good move from the coaching panel. Meanwhile, the ball's moved down the wing on the grandstand side, and it's a great Hawks mark in traffic taken by Lockie Atherton. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Maybe the kick not as good as the mark. Now it's in dispute, but Collins gets there. That's Brodie. Picks it up. Little left footer. Missed the target. Hawks look okay at ground level. Now they've got it. They go inside forward 50. Poor kick.
Sean Knott is saying, why didn't you pass me the ball? I'm standing 20 metres on my own.
Well, he didn't. He went over the top and it was marked by Ryan Baker. He clears to Young and the coach clears to the wing on the outer side. Dogs in control.
They're looking to move it quickly. Outer side wing. Footy is with Crosby.
Oh,
What happened then? Just kicked it straight into the man in the mouth.
Yep.
And, man in the mouth. Man on the mark. Slewed outer side, and it'll be a ball in.
yeah.
Just like you slewed your words.
Yeah, it's been a big day. Of
It has
course,
been a very big day. We were both here at 8 o'clock this morning.
this is my third game, and they're all been exciting games. And I am up and about for this last 10 or 15 minutes of this preliminary final. Inside forward 50. Dogs, they are trying to get onto the board. Sam Thompson overruns it, but Dogs emerge. Little handball to Vernon. Jared Vernon runs into an open goal and bangs it through for the Dogs. Is there time? Is there a faint glimmer of hope? Because it's now down, is that 18 points, 3 straight goals, plenty of time left. Eaglehawk 11-7-73. Gisborne 8-7-55, 11 and a half in the final term. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community thanks to Priority One Property.
Yeah, plenty of time to go. We've only ticked over 11 and a half minutes in this quarter, and the last quarter we had went for nearly, I think it was 30 minutes it went for, so plenty of time if they're good enough. But that question, are they good enough?
And what happens, boys, as we know, if the Dogs can get another one, string a couple together, suddenly the Hawks get nervous.
And the momentum can go with them. But
ball
this
up,
next
centre
goal
of the
huge.
ground. Here come the Dogs again. Summerfield takes it out of the middle. Kick to half forward is poor. Kicked it straight to a Hawks defender.
Tyler Miles.
That was Miles, who goes wide and gives it to Fallon. So he's got it at half back. He directs some traffic. Gets a long lead from Knott, ignores that, goes to the centre of the ground to a contest. Crum, taken by Thompson, long hand pass inside forward 50, can't find Knott, 2 to beat. Battles a dead heat, the ball goes over the line and out of bounds for a throw in. Just on forward 50, Hawks front half, they lead by 3 goals and the Dogs are pressing because they kicked the last one.
Umpire Joel Peterson will throw it in. Up they go in the ruck, grab him. He grabbed it out of here. He looks like him, doesn't he? Picked up by Doolan. Doolan now will kick it half forward. I wish Joel was listening. He very well may be. I'm sure I'll get a message if he is. McKenna attacks the ball hard. He just tries to find a way, but Sammy Thompson of Eaglehawk ties him up. And halfway between centre wing and left half forward for Gisborne, it'll be a ball up. 3-goal margin, 73 playing 55. There must be 15 minutes left in this final term.
So there's the ball up, Grabham jumps high, missed. Down there, chance for McGlashan. He can't get it out. Gisborne player takes it. Collard in a tackle, goes to ground. That was Summerfield again. I would hate to think how many times today he's finished up on the bottom of the pack. He's been a tireless worker. And again, ball up, centre of the ground. Umpire's picked out a free kick.
It's going to Grabham
Ruck
for a ruck
infringement. Going to go to the Dogs.
Joshua Grabham.
He's tried his heart out today, hasn't he?
He's been one of the players of the final series for my liking.
So grab him now. From just forward to the centre. Goes long, high, inside forward 50. Plenty up. Danger here for the Hawks defence. No one could take the mark. Another big pack develops. Weaver goes through. He's locked up. Can't do anything with it. Ball's with Bateson for the Hawks. And the umpire comes in to ball it up. 45 metres out from the Dogs' goal. 14 minutes gone, final term. 73 plays 55. 3-goal margin. It's the Hawks in front.
So a shot at goal around the body. It'll be Doolan. A long, high ball floats into the pocket. Fallon picked up the footy.
That could be a risky handball to handball through for a point from there.
And conceded. Might be a handy point. Eaglehawk 11-7-73. Gisborne 8-8-56, 14 and a half in the last. Finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community.
Well, 3 straight kicks puts Gisborne in front now.
Long kick, almost to the wing, out of side. Taken down there by Graham. He's locked up in a tackle and the umpire will ball it up. I'll tell you one thing, boys. The Hawks won't hang on from here. They need to kick another goal if they're to win this contest, I believe. Ball up on the wing, out of side. Huge numbers around the contest. Squirts out, might favour the Dogs. Player tackled. Ball jarred free, close to the boundary line. Umpire's picked out a free kick.
Crosby.
And it's another one going to the Dogs. Trotter will take the free kick for the Dogs on the wing on the outer side.
Short pass. So they'll look to attack here through Lynch. He spotted up McKenna. Good hard lead into the pocket. Now McKenna, distance won't be a problem. He's only 25 out, but he's on a pretty tight angle in front of the Muir club rooms here at the QEO. Outer side, Barnard Street ends. He is in the sunlight. It's probably 50-50 shade sunlight at the moment.
He's kicked 5 today, has not missed a set shot.
Isn't this an important goal? This would put immense pressure under Eaglehawks. He's slotted it. Here come the Dogs. Under 2 goals now. It's 11-point margin. They are storming home to the Barnard Street end. 11-7-73 Eaglehawk. 9-8-62 Gisborne. 16 minutes in the last. Finals football. Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community thanks to Holden, Colorado at Toys of Holden.
Yeah, now's where these nerves come into play that Jock's been talking about. Two in a row to Gisborne, 6 to Pat McKenna. We know Pat McKenna's played at a high level. Can he be the one that can get the X factor going? Does Brody Philo go into the midfield and win it for Eagle Hawk? These are all the questions that are going to be asked in the next 10 minutes.
So 16 gone, final term. Up they go in the centre. Tippett won the tap, but it's taken out by the Dogs. Trotter gets them to half forward. Could he find a teammate? He can't. Gisborne player took it, was locked up, was gang tackled by 2 Hawks defenders, and the umpire comes in, he ball it up just outside Gisborne's forward 50. So Gisborne down there attacking end again. Plenty of numbers around the contest. Hawks a little bit under the pump. They get that one quickly. It's thrown on the boot. Bouncing ball to the centre of the ground.
Oh.
Baker met by a steam train. Took the ball and lost it. Chance for Philo. He's got it from the wing. Threw it on the boot towards half forward. Target McPhee. He can't take it. Taken away by Jack Baker for the Dogs. Long kick to half forward. Wants Canolan. Can't get the footy. Miles has got it for the Hawks. Swings on the left foot. Goes long. Bouncing ball towards Saunders. He won't get there. And the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds for throwing. Out of sight of the ground between wing and half forward. Hawks in their front half. They lead at the moment 73 to 62. 17 and a half gone final term thanks to Aussie disposals.
I just had a message from Joel Peterson tuning in all the way from Adelaide. Literally just tuned in, and he used a little bit of choice language when he sent me that message. So big shout out as the ball goes to half forward for Gisborne down the line. Tumbles over the line, it'll be a ball in.
Yeah, just to let Joel know that he is listening. That boundary umpire is an absolute dead ringer.
Very
Got the
tall,
glasses on and
tall, attractive young man. That's what I'll say, Joel.
It's not what you were saying before, you two.
Gisborne, they're attacking on half forward. Eagle Hawk, they're under immense pressure here. They need to get one on the board. Good, strong tackle by Scott Walsh. Gisborne is not rewarded. 70 from home, all tied up. Casey Summerfield at the bottom of the pack. Umpire will ball it up. 70 from home for Gisborne. 73 playing 62. 18 in the last term preliminary final. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Dogs taking away all the stoppages at the moment. They're getting first hands on the footy. Meanwhile, there's another contest and the umpire will ball it up. Still down the Dogs' end, just outside forward 50. There's the ball up. Up they go. Grab him. Tippett maybe. Can he put a teammate on the end of it? He can't. Fallon works hard. He can't get the football out. Neither can the Gisborne player. Couldn't see who it was. He had Hawks players hanging all over him, and the umpire will ball it up again. Oh, a bit of push and shove. A lot of push and shove. Umpire not interested. Balls it up. Still across half forward for the Dogs. Bouncing ball through the pack. Taken by Summerfield. Throws it on the boot. Up towards full forward. Chance for them down there. Taken by Thomas Wood. Gets some clean air. Turns. Fires at goal and puts it through. Goal to the Dogs and under a goal the margin. Thomas Wood. Something from nothing. Scoreboard, Eagle Hawk 11-7-73, Gisborne 10-8-68, 19 and a half minutes gone final term, the margin 5 points, boys.
I had Gisborne written off, Cam.
well, I didn't quite have him written off, but I was
You
very
did,
close.
Cam.
I told him that the voice was warming up, but this is incredible, and there'd still be plenty of time left in this contest as well. So
At least there'd be 8 or 9 minutes. I had the bag packed ready to go. Now all of a sudden from nowhere, the Bulldogs, Summerfield tries to make a path. His kick is smothered for the Bulldogs. Tippett jumps on top of him, gives away a free kick. So Summerfield for the Dogs. Just forward of centre to the Barnard Street end. He'll send it long. He'll send it high. Why wouldn't you? Conforti did well. In fact, it was Holmes. Punches it towards the boundary line. 49 out from goal. Dogs attacking, all tied up. Over near the new club rooms there, swimming pool side. 73 playing 68, 20 minutes gone, finals football, Bendigo's Fresh FM doing it for our community.
Well, another one puts the Dogs in front. There's the ball up. Nobody can take it effectively. There's just so many people around there hunting for possession. Summerfield, bottom of the pack, feeds out a hand pass, kick into the forward pocket. Hawks back half, under the pump. They get a little kick, poor. Canolan chopped it off, had to play on, wasn't a mark. Got it to a teammate. He's collared, tackled, lost it. Canolan goes again, thrown to the ground. Somebody's kicked it high into the forward pocket.
Oh, must
Up
be
goes
taken.
Vernon!
Vernon.
And he's been paid a mark in the forward pocket. 25 metres out, 20 metres in from the goal of the, what's it called? The boundary line. Thank you. And Vernon has kicked 2, and he's going to go back and have a shot that would put the Dogs in front by a point. Vernon comes in, fires at goal and kicks truly. Well, the Dogs are coming home with a wet sail. They're in front by a point. They go to 11-8-74. The Hawks are 11-7-73. 21 gone final term. Boys, are the Hawks run out of steam? Are they gassed?
Oh, well, it looks that way, but when you're second to the footy, you always look gassed. Philo into the middle. We talked about him doing something special. They need somebody now. They need calm, cool heads. They've led this game for, 90% of the afternoon. They now trail by a point. 22 minutes have ticked over. Up they go in the ruck. Grabham wins it. He grabs it. He kicks it to half forward, and it's an Eagle Hawk mark. It's Mullen on half back. He switches it to McPhee. Across half back, sweeping handball to Holmes. Holmes is away, runs to the wing, has a bounce, then fumbles it. He's got support, however. Collins, they're nervous here, Eagle Hawk. Grabham wins it, handballs it forward. The Dogs are away through Bell Bartels.
He's kicked it across the body up towards half forward. Poor kick. They'll stand in the way, the Hawks. Get out of trouble. Kick to Gillingham's okay. He's taken the mark. Now to Philo. He's got a little bit of space. Runs towards the wing. Hand pass off. Went over in the direction of Conforti. He stopped. Went back to McIver. He's held up. Has to go one way, then the other. And just kicked high to the front of the goal square. Hawks mark.
Good mark, Ben Thompson.
Ben
That was
Thompson.
a really
Thompson's
strong
got
mark.
it just outside forward
handball.
50. Dishes off a hand pass to McIver. McIver goes for home, and there's a mark in the last line of defence to the Dogs. They'll go out short, and it's taken by Liam Spear. About 35 metres out from the goal he's defending.
It was Clinton Young that kicked into him.
Oof.
Bulldogs by a point. Eagle Hawk are into attack, but it's a long kick by the Bulldogs beyond 50. Ground level, trying to find a path, Sam Graham, Bulldogs. Eagle Hawk screaming for a free kick. They won't get one, and just, halfway between centre wing and half forward, Eagle Hawk, they attack. McGlashan wins the tap. Trotter got his boot to ball, doesn't go anywhere, doesn't get any mileage. Across half forward, Eagle Hawk. Riley Saunders ties it up. We'll have a ball up. 23 minutes and 45 seconds. Gisborne by a point, full on fresh footy.
There's the ball up. Chance down there to be taken away by Trotter. He's been good. He's got him up towards half forward. Kick off the ground. McKenna well out from goal. Gets it inside forward 50. Canolan's got a lead on his opponent. Gets around in a long circle. Hand pass was poor. Straight to a Hawks player. It's worked to Fallon. Fallon, hand pass wide. Hawks have got it on the wing. Out of side player. Went on.
Yeah,
Why did he take him on? He's pinged. Free kick to the Dogs between centre and centre wing. The Hawks have made some shocking mistakes
Yeah,
the
that was
last
Jed Hommelhoff.
2 minutes.
Just ran straight into a brick wall, tried to take him on. Get the kick going.
Grab him. Now he'll send it long. Inside forward 50. They fly. It looks like Holmes. He was 3 deep.
Great mark over the back.
Took a
Holmes,
strong contested mark. He's in his back half. They trail by a point. Eagle Hawk. Who would have thought this? They've trailed most of the afternoon, Gisborne, and now they've hit the front. There's still plenty of time. McPhee on the wing. He gives it to Fallon. Fallon kicks it to half forward. Conforti on half forward. A long, high kick. It'll be at 35 metres. They set themselves. Nobody there can take a mark. Still in the forward zone. Spills to the Bulldogs, Rogers, and he sends it to the outer side.
His clearing kick was in a hurry. Might be a chance for the Hawks here. They got some numbers. Scotty Walsh chases the ball back. Gets it just outside defensive 50. Wants the wing out of side. Can't find a teammate. The Hawks have set up a wall there. They're under the pump. They work it back to the centre of the ground. Now another scrappy kick. Bounces inside forward 50. Who's over the top? Graham first back for the Dogs. He's tackled. He's caught. Umpire says you're pinged.
Great
Riley
tackle,
Saunders free kick. Gee, he'd have to kick it from 50 though. He would have to kick it from 50. I'd be going for the barrel to get a score, wouldn't you? So Riley Saunders has got the free kick, metre in from the boundary line, and he's probably going to have to kick it from almost 50. They trail by a point, the Hawks. 26 minutes gone. Final term of the prelim final. Saunders for the Hawks. How's the nerves, son? Steady. Goes for home. Would you believe he's kicked a goal? Straight through the centre. Riley Saunders, nerves of ice. And the Hawks back in front by 5 points. Eagle Hawk 12-7, 79. Gisborne 11-8, 74. 26 and a half minutes gone. Final term thanks to Priority One Property.
That was an absolute fantastic shot at goal. And it deserved everything that it got. And the tackle was even better from Riley Saunders. Gisborne Sam Graham thought he had some space and he just hunted him down. He put his eyes on and just said, I'm getting you. And he stalked his prey and he kicks a big time goal for his side.
It was never going to miss off the boot. We'll have a stoppage here from the ball up in the middle. Now Eagle Hawk, they very well might have got out of jail here because it certainly looked like they were in trouble. There can't be a lot of time left. 5 point margin they lead, and it will be another stoppage. Let's see if you can get us out of here, Jock. Eagle Hawk 79, Gisborne 74. Just ticked over 27 minutes, full-on fresh footy.
Been an absolute thriller. Bounce of the ball, grab him, got it down, taken by Trotter, goes inside forward, 50 for the Dogs, up they go. After the footballers, Sean Knott, can't trap it. Hits it over the boundary line, will be thrown back into play. 40 metres around from the Dogs behind post. Well, they're up the right end, the Dogs. They trail by 5 points. They need a goal to get in front. 27 and a half minutes gone. Final term. Dogs win it. Taken from the contest. Shot at goal. Out of bounds on the full. Penalty free kick to the Hawks. Right next to the behind post in the absolute last line of defence to be taken down now. I think is it Oscar Madden?
He is. He's gone the tube. It's gone
and he's
about.
Kicked it on the full.
He's kicked it 70 metres, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Gee.
So it's gone over at the 70 metre mark. So Gisborne are probably too far out to score. It looks like the coach, Clinton Young, with it. He'll kick a long ball. It's a fair roost. It won't make the distance. It goes to the goal square. Big punch from behind. Eagle Hawk under pressure. A lot of players just converge on the football. They dive in after it. 35 out directly in front for Gisborne. We'll have another ball up. Gisborne trail by 5 points. 28 minutes and 30 seconds have ticked by.
Well, it's down the right end for the Dogs. The Hawks are desperate. Fans are on the edges of their seat from the tap out. Chance for the Dogs. No, Collins takes it. Hand pass, got it wide to Philo. Another one was cut off. 45 still from the Dogs goal. Dogs player takes it. He's tackled, locked up. The umpire will ball it up right on forward 50. Reliably told there's a minute to go. Hawks in front by 5 points. Johnny, bring it home, son.
Up they go in the ruck, 49 out from goal. Another congested bit of play. Umpire's circling, he wants to give a free kick, he lets it go. Hurry kick by the Bulldogs into the pocket. Can they get out? Picked up there by Vernon. Comes off hands and it'll be another ball in. So 79 playing 74. I'll have one go at it here, Jock. At the teeth of goal, it'll be thrown in. The Bulldogs, they're attacking. They've got one last throw at it, you'd think. Philo tracks the footy. He picks it up. He's tackled. He's been pinged. He's been pinged. Incorrect disposal. 45 out from goal, directly in front. And Casey Somerville, I don't know if he's got the leg. Dishes it off by hand. Gives it to a teammate who goes goalward. How does it sit?
Oh, he's missed.
Point. Missed. Minor score.
Now Eagle Hawk
4 point margin.
should be able to waste enough time here.
79 Eagle Hawk, Gisborne 75. 30 minutes have ticked over, full on fresh footy.
Well, the Hawks
Just kick it long,
are
get it out of there.
indicating and gesticulating, then called to play on. They come long to the grandstand wing, plenty up, no one can take the mark, thump further afield. The Dogs should win the loose contest. No, they won't. Well attacked by Gillingham. Got it to Benny Thompson. Goes wide to Riley McIver. Goes along the boundary lines, out of bounds. But importantly for the Hawks, they've got it down there into the ground and it'll be thrown back into play just outside their forward 50. Hawks 79, Dogs 75. Time clock shows 30 gone. Final term. There's the throw in. Up they go, over the top. Big effort down there by McGlashan. Missed the football. Taken by Jesse Collins for the Hawks. High, barrel, inside forward 50. No one can take the mark. Taken by a Dogs defender. He's locked up in a tackle. I think it's Baker. And the umpire's going to ball it up 15 metres out from the from the Hawks goal. Can't be much time. Can't be much time. Ball up. Up they go. McGlashan takes it. Fired at goal, hit the point post, doesn't matter, out on the full. The Hawks are through. They've won by 4 points. Final score in an absolute heart-stopper. Eagle Hawk 12-7-79 have defeated Gisborne 11-9-75. You want a preliminary final with everything? You just got dished up an absolute beauty. The Hawks to take on the Storm next Saturday in the grand final. Boys, what did you think of that?
That was, yeah, that's one of the best games of footy I can remember in recent time. That was absolutely awesome. End-to-end stuff. And for Gisborne not to throw in the towel when they were 4 goals down with about 15 minutes to go, they worked hard. And it's cruel game footy, isn't it? It is a cruel game footy. And in the end, Gisborne unlucky. And you just wonder if they know how long to go, if they don't handball that ball off, just little things like that make a big difference in the game. But 4 points. It's a cruel game for Gisborne, but for the 3rd year running, we're going to see Eagle Hawk and the Storm battle it out on the last day in September.
Look, they had that chance, didn't they? Casey Summerfield, he had the free kick right on 50. Clearly, with the work he's done today, he thought the journey was beyond him. He dished it off to Timmy Walsh, who's a pretty fair kick of the football, but it just went he got the distance, but it just went the wrong side of the post.
No doubt about it.
That was it.
It was the right decision, because even if he wasn't tired, I just suspect it was just outside his limit. So to give them the best possible chance of kicking a goal, he had to do it. But on the other side of the ledger, how good was the goal that we saw down at the city end?
Riley Saunders.
Riley Saunders. He was 55 from home and never ever looked like